Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler.
Oh yeah, no.
I literally just Googled turnaround lyrics.
So
But
that might not even be the song because how many songs are gonna have the words turn
no,
around?
that's the song, Reese. That's the song.
Did you actually listen to it?
I don't need to listen to it to know that is the song.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling
I'm leaving
you.
it alone then.
When you write this down, Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler. When you get a chance, I think you guys know it. It's an old song.
I might know it, like if I hear the melody.
Yeah.
But like I don't recognize the words at all.
Yeah, the only words I know in that whole song is "turn around, turn around."
Like I don't recognize the harmony, you know.
Turn around. That's all I know. But like, if you guys heard the song, like you want to.
I typed in "turn around," and I guess because Google reads my life, the first thing that showed up for me is "Bright Eyes."
You typed in "turn around" lyrics.
I typed in "turn around" and it's "turn around, bright eyes, turn around."
Yeah, in the auto. Yeah. Oh, see, J Negative Gaming knows the song. It's on a commercial. It's on a commercial for food, apparently,
with a snack or whatever. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
watch commercials, so I'm automatically disqualified.
I don't know, but the song it's really old. So like, once you hear it, you'll know the song.
Eclipse of the Heart. Let's hear it. Let's check it out.
Listen
to it.
Check
it real quick.
Artist Bonnie Tyler off her album "Faster Than the Speed of Night," released in 1983.
Wow, that was before my time.
Yeah. Everyone knows this song.
Yeah, it's an old
Reese,
song.
you know this song.
I probably know this song. I can't listen to it right
you've
now.
You've heard it once in your life.
Yeah, it's one of those you had to have heard it.
Yeah, it's one of those old songs that's just been around. Like you've heard it, you don't know where you heard it from, but you heard it in the.
Here, it has 810 million views, and this was a release in 2009.
Wow.
Everyone knows this song.
810 million views, and that was the 2009
views in over 10 years.
2009 release.
Wow. Yeah. So you've definitely heard that in the ether somewhere.
All right, y'all convinced me.
Somewhere.
Turn around.
But the way you're interpreting it right now, I'm forgetting it again because I'm pretty sure.
There we go.
It's not that accurate.
That's how the song goes, bro. It's literally crazy. That's how it goes, man.
That's how the song goes, and fine.
I'm just singing the melody. Call me a melody man.
I wish my headset was acting right so I could actually listen to it, but for whatever reason, it is. Technology's been fighting me this past week.
How you destroy 2 pairs of headphones in a week?
It's not destroyed. Perfectly fine, as you see.
If they were perfectly fine, then they would be working for you right now. They're clearly not perfectly fine.
Okay, it could have been a software issue. That's not my problem. No, updates push to devices all the time, and they break sometimes. So
me and you both have the same headphones, right?
Okay, but you want to know the
Y'all
difference?
got the same headphones.
Y'all don't. You don't update squat, so I want to hear your mouth.
You don't update.
So if I plug my headphones in right now, they brick.
That's not a guarantee.
I don't think so.
The same thing happened with my
like, nah, not on this side.
Because mine's working fine.
Okay, that's not all right. Okay, here we go. I'm about to give you a perfectly fine example, and y'all already ready to refute it. I don't even want to tell y'all
listening.
I'm
listening.
I don't know.
I'm listening. Can you give me your perfectly fine example?
That's so crazy. You can't even say nothing.
Because I have an example. He's like, oh, mine is working perfectly fine. It's crazy. It's kind of
his is working perfectly fine. Why he can't?
Okay, my iPhone, my 7,
state facts. Crazy.
Updated, and this is Apple. Apple pushes updates to billions.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Rate. Mine, upon successful update, the modem fried.
Yeah, no, I had problems with my 6 Plus. Remember, on updates, it would just mess up.
Where you going? My phone doesn't. My phone didn't do that. My phone didn't mess up on an update.
Yeah.
On the most recent update, at least.
I updated this, and now, if I listen, right where I am right here, I'll put this on. I'll leave my desk, go around the corner, disconnect like 5 times. I'll go upstairs. It'll be like, yo, I don't even know when I am, and it stops playing music.
Maybe they reduced maybe they reduced the length of your walkaway length from your device.
And that's crazy. After I was just commending it because I'm like, okay, it's this little tiny dongle, USB-C dongle. You wouldn't think it has reach. I used to be able to go out to the front of the house and still hear you. Now, I can't even go upstairs. So you best believe I have an RMA case right now open with these guys to get a new one.
Yeah, I also have the reach on the SteelSeries stuff.
Yeah, if you can hold that up really quickly, if you don't mind, for those that can see us.
It's not great.
An extremely tiny receiver, barely the size of your index finger, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Definitely not
And
the spot.
and the regular sevens have like a circular 2.4 G thing
yep.
that I have as well because these are the regular ones and the 7Ps are over there. But yeah, I don't know. It's
So
crazy.
when I get the new one, we'll see let's see if something really did happen, because
Technology be acting up.
technology just be doing
Yeah.
whatever it wants.
I haven't used mine in so long. They've been sitting here.
Oh, let me
I
get
just
those
don't
then.
like.
I
It's
actually like the.
uncomfortable. I don't like wearing headphones.
Let me get those then. And I
Nah,
just
neither.
noticed. Let me see the top of your band. I don't have that little triangular design on mine.
What?
Man.
What triangular
Look,
design?
like my band is like straight.
Oh,
You have a little.
yours is a different color though. You got the white ones. I got the black ones. So
If
I
I
got
do RMA those, I'm getting the black ones.
it's on the bottom as well. Little triangular
Nice. That's a
fabric
different shit from the
design.
We
actual.
have the what is this on this one?
That's a 7P, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, it's
being
just
I have
plain. Gotcha.
the white
Gotcha.
7P, he has the black one. Didn't notice.
Yeah, I got the black. I mean, literally everything on my desk is black except the damn PS5 just sticking out
Yeah.
like a sore
Is that
thumb.
why you tried to get the little panels when
The plates? Oh
Mhm.
man, was I excited to put the black plates on. Yeah, that was
Then all of that happened. That was crazy.
that was a bummer. That was a
Yeah.
bummer.
I'm trying to get everything on my station to be pretty much white besides the desk. Like my PC case is white, the PS5 is white, the
Mhm.
controls are obviously white, the headset's white. So I'm all right,
Mine
cool.
is all over the place.
So I'm
I'm the
definitely
complete
getting a Series
opposite.
S because it's white.
Complete opposite.
Complete.
Everything's black. The Switch, my speakers, my Stream Deck, my monitors,
Yeah.
everything.
So I'm just the
Everything is
oddball
black.
who just went pink, right?
No, that's
Hey,
sick.
pink is popping. Pink is
Sick.
I
popping.
can't get too much more stuff to like they don't do the quartz selection anymore. So what I have is it. So now I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
where do I go now?
Like my mouse and key is black. So, but it's got RGB, so it's whatever color you want it to be.
Oh yeah,
My
everything
mouse,
RGB.
keyboard, my mat, that whole you know what I'm saying? Everything is black up here. And then the
Then the
PS5.
PS5. Just go to Home Depot real quick.
I'm
Be
about
like,
to, you know
yo.
what I'm about to do?
Mhm.
What you about to tell me?
I was
Spray
about to
paint
say,
my joints?
go to Home Depot. Be like, yo, I'm trying to see if I want this color black for my bedroom. And then you bring
I'm
the
about to
panel, and then you use it to stir the paint. Then you got a free black panel.
Yo, what is wrong with you?
What's wrong with that?
I'm about to sell my controllers and just buy the black ones. That might be actually the play. That might be genius, actually.
Those ones are $10 more, right?
But
Yeah.
no,
The
those are
black one-
regular price. The red ones are the
The
more
red
expensive
ones are
ones.
the
Okay. That.
Yeah,
I'd probably end up getting one of each, so I
one
can
of each.
add them to my army of DualShock 4 controllers that I have. I don't want to
I
have to
still
go
have
and
dual shock.
grab all 10 of them to show you that the controller doesn't last as long.
My man
it
said
should.
all 10 of them. Why do you have 10 DS4 controllers, sir?
We explained this on a previous episode that
Did we?
these things don't last as long as they should.
Right, but like, how come you still have them though? Like when I
mean,
like,
they're crippled in functionality, but they're not necessarily completely obsolete, right? Like
hey,
I can mash
but
down
you got
L3 a
10
little
of
bit.
them?
I
Hey,
just
yo,
gotta-
you get the bum stick. You get the bum stick. Everybody get
everybody
the bum
gets
stick.
a bump stick, so we all have an advantage over one another. Like it works.
Everybody knows to bring your own stick.
Everybody knows to bring your own stick, though.
Those 10 are a mixed bag. Like some of those controls are mine, just all
Two of
mixed
the
in,
controllers
just
are
broken.
B's, like the silver one, my
Yeah.
original
Yeah.
purple one from my very first PS4, the blue one that I use on my PC, the camo one, gold one, red one,
Dude,
some red one. I
see,
don't even know where it came from. It's a lot of them.
One of mine is a toy for my daughter. It's in her playpen.
You
I'm
know,
Actually,
like,
it's
well,
funny
you
you
might as
say
well get
that.
indoctrinated
You know what I
now. There you go.
I gave my daughter the red one because it doesn't take charge. So
you know what I've
go.
always done? I've always gotten rid of them. Like I went through like maybe 5 laptops somewhere around there, but when they
Yeah,
broke,
I remember.
I've always sold them for parts on eBay. So like whenever I don't like, I always get rid of it.
No,
Always
that's
get rid of
respect
them.
because that's helping someone else out if they have that same model. Just be like, do a part swap.
They honestly, I don't know you do what you want with it. I don't need it, so just you take it off my hands.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have any of my old ones. Like the ones that work are here. I have one connected to my Apple TV and one connected to my PC. And then I have the one that is like Reese said, it's not it's crippled in
It's crippled,
functionality.
but it works.
So it chills in the playpen with my daughter. And she
Like,
gets
yeah,
to press the buttons.
all of my controllers have found new life. Like, yeah, I have one to my Apple TV that he is with Fantasian. Actually, and Key's holding up 2 of his DualShock right now. He has
these my only 2. These are my only DS4s.
the
I've
black
got the
special edition Last of Us one.
Yeah, I got the Last of Us controller that I love, and then I have this one that I keep.
Rose gold, right?
Rose, yeah, the rose gold one.
So
for,
rose
It's in my
gold.
bedroom right now.
And it's bound by a clip that allows them to place a peripheral like a phone or something like that for emulation purposes.
My phone in
like
there.
that.
So,
I've bought so many of those clips also. It's kind of crazy.
These are the only 2 controllers that I have. I really wish I could. I kind of miss this Last of Us controller, man.
Yeah, that controller, you was going hard.
I
for
felt like
that
it was
controller,
special.
man.
I felt like
It
I
is
gamed
special.
better
Look at
when
how
I
you're
used
looking
this
at it.
controller. I really felt like I gamed better. Like the button pressing was different on the Last of Us controller.
I got you.
There is only one DS4 that I missed that I don't want to say regret, way too strong of a word, but I really wish I obtained, and it was the what was it, the 50 million, the blue one?
I know you're talking about
50. Yeah. Bro, I thought you were gonna bring
that
up the
was
20th
clean.
anniversary, bruh.
Oh, the grays?
The
gray
gray,
one, right?
the gray
Oh, that one
DS4
too.
controller. Do you know that somebody we know was playing video games
with it,
using that controller, raged and threw it at the wall and broke it? That's like $120 controller. Maybe 150 by now, maybe even more.
Maybe
When I
even more.
told him, he was like, "Yo, I didn't know at the time." I'm like, "Bro, why would you even do it in the first place?"
Yo, that rage, that gamer
I've
rage,
chucked
yo.
exactly one stick in my life.
Huh?
Yo,
I chucked exactly one stick.
Oh,
Never
come
again.
on with it. You can't be
Come on,
rage
that was a
breaking your.
while ago. Come on. Now, I'm not like, oh, in my 30s.
There's never a case.
There's always one. Someone has something, or even close to it. They may be like, you gripped it extra hard because something happened. Like, that's your instance of it, not necessarily having to chuck it across the room.
Right, but I'm talking about rage, just like this controller gots to go. Like you did something that will, like, if you grip a controller really hard, okay, that's different. Like that's an accidental break. Like, dang. But like, if you take that controller and literally yeet it, like you meant harm to that controller, bro. Like
I meant no harm. No, you meant harm.
No, you meant harm.
You meant harm to that controller. Like
I chucked it like away from me, like onto the bed or something, and it was still hard enough to bounce off. It bounced off the wall. What's the little part at the bottom where you grip it? It's separated from the base. That was it. But not like to fling to the wall like you do your cell phone or something. Like, nah, we didn't do that.
I said not like you
that's
go
why I
to
said
the
I
wall
chucked it.
like you do your cell phone. Reese, how much rage do you like? What else do you throw? Tell me more about
use that as an
that.
example. I've never tossed any of my cell phones ever.
I have. I destroyed my.
Now B has chucked a few. A friend Emrod, he's chucked a few. I'm like, how are y'all doing?
Oh man,
it's like how you're asking. Just one.
It was just one.
Just one.
Yeah. It was my my sidekick ID. Smashed it. Pieces.
Sidekick.
ID. Is that the
like
one
it was
split
that
up?
long ago. No, it was just like the base version. Like you remember
it was a smaller one.
It was like they had the regular one,
the regular one, the 2, which is this the
and
swivel.
then before the LX dropped, they released the ID. It was
think
like
of like
I remember.
What's that iPhone? Like the iPhone C, right? It was called
right
5C.
Yeah, it's like a sidekick version of that.
It was like that. It was like that.
I wasn't a fan.
I've never chucked anything.
As much of an advocate as technology as I am, I wasn't a fan of the sidekick.
Wow.
Oh man, I love the sidekick.
Sidekick was lit.
The
I wish it was still hot.
Literally ran our teenage years easily.
Yeah. From when I first seen it, I loved the sidekick. And then the sidekick 2 came out. I was like, yo, matter of fact, I remember buying a sidekick 1 off of somebody. It was had a broken screen. And this is when we worked for eWorks. And I went there. I was at eWorks. I had the phone with me. And during break, I went to one of those little booths and I gave him the phone, like screen fixing dudes. Like, yo, can you fix this? And I paid $100 to get the screen fixed. And then shortly after the Sidekick 2 came out, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think I remember this. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Throwback.
The timing on that was unfortunate.
Yeah. But even still.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm trying to remember what my issue was. I know I had a.
It was probably just hot. And mad people had it, so your thing activated.
It's probably to be brutally
Everybody's
honest with
hyping it up too much.
And I had my Windows phone, and I'm like, fam, I could do the same thing.
Yeah.
Why y'all hyping this up? So that's probably what it was.
Because the wing versus the sidekick, bro. I'm sorry, the sidekick was
Listen,
the way.
the only reason that even was a competition in your favor is because I didn't have data. That's it.
Yo,
I wasn't.
The sidekick with the Nextel combo was way too powerful. It was way too powerful.
You had to have
dude.
2 phones to do. That's crazy.
You had to have the chirp. The chirp was free. Where you at? It was free.
As long as you charged up, you're good to go.
You know what I'm saying? And then you had the sidekick as your phone. You know what I'm saying? That's what used the minutes after or before 9.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Minutes
so
before 9.
Like after 9, you could just call anybody and text anybody you wanted. So during the day, you put $1 on your Boost account, and you can on your Nextel account, and you can chirp unlimited. Just don't call nobody.
No,
don't use.
Not call nobody on the Nextel.
And that's people like y'all that brought the system down because y'all only put $1 on there and you was like $100.
No, you put like $1 on there, you was good for the day, bro. Like you put like $1 on there, you chirping for the day.
All during school. Hey, yo, blah, blah, I'm in the gym, fam.
Somebody call you. It's like a pager. He called me. I bet. Yo, what up?
Yo, it was unreal. Y'all was doing the 2-phone thing, and y'all getting on me for doing the 2-phone thing. Now it's kind of crazy.
Well, don't need it now.
No, see, it don't have to be that way no more.
My phone literally can call a plane.
I think you can. I think you can download a walkie-talkie app on the iPhone and just talk to your homie if you want it.
I got it on my watch.
We have it on our watches. The watches literally have walkie-talkie on it, and it uses FaceTime.
There you go.
Chirp.
Matter of fact, if you got the watch, it's the same concept. If that's the case.
Okay, but nobody's chirping on their watches. You really about to be like, yo, where you at, my boy? Like, you're not about to do all of that.
If you gotta, look, you in a situation where you don't gotta do that. But like, if somebody's on like cricket or something like that, they can't really afford it. Maybe you might have to hit your mans up with a chirp.
And also, a lot of people they don't like to bring their phone with them to the gym. Like they'll leave it in a locker, so they can stay focused on their workout, but they'll still bring their watch to track their progress, or whatever. So they can be like, bloop, bloop. Hey, yo, I just finished up, about to hit the shot.
You looking silly, putting your arm up like that.
You put iTunes on your watch?
Huh?
You put iTunes on your watch?
Yeah.
It comes from your natively with music, and it pulls from your library. Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. I didn't know that.
I think it only, well, they never tell you how much storage it has. I think the first ones had 4 gigs. These ones have like 8. So you can download a little bit too if you're like going to be in like the woods or something.
Word. In the woods.
Straight up in the dark ages, huh?
It does have cellular in it, but hey, man.
According to Reese, if you do not have your mobile device and you are in the woods, you are therefore living in the dark ages.
You're in the dark ages. Like you got to go outside, you got to punch a rock, get some string, bind it with a stick, chop some more rock, build the campfire.
Family.
Listen, you got to do all of that.
Just because you didn't bring your jack.
Just because you didn't bring your phone, and you ain't got YouTube to get the guides on how to do this. So you're starting from scratch. Page 1. Good luck.
It's crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Like, what are you doing out in the woods without your phone? Like, you run out of provisions.
What are you doing
now,
in the woods without your phone?
You see this berry bush, and you can't tell the berries are poisonous because you ain't got your phone to look it up.
When I went to Europe. When I went to Europe, they were so keen on me. They didn't, because I needed the European charger, the other device. What's that called? The plug-in.
The other wall unit.
Yeah, the Europe plug-in. I didn't have that.
The straight across ones, right?
And but they wouldn't let me go buy it. They wouldn't, because they wanted me to be like with them. They wanted me to be away from home,
like the city and all that stuff.
The noise of this. We're on vacation, so we went camping. So like I was there camping in the woods with no electronic devices whatsoever.
Boy,
just out there, dark ages.
How did you like it?
You was living in. So basically, it was oblivion. It was oblivion.
It was straight up oblivion. I was out there.
How'd you like it?
Oh, it was a blast.
Oh, I bet. I bet
it was a great time. It was.
Sometimes you just gotta be in the wilderness.
It's like sometimes it's really nice to just shut your phone off or shut off all your devices and all your stuff and just chill.
Yeah, we was just in the moment.
Chill. Right. Be in the moment with the people that you're with
Yeah.
in that moment. It's nice. So nice. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily have to be in the woods. You could be be at a restaurant. Just
Man, you can be on your front
it's-
lawn, laid out, looking
right.
at the sky.
Exactly.
Wait.
Exactly.
Wait.
Exactly.
Like, come on,
Jay
man.
Negative Gaming said, "Miss me?
Nah.
Nah."
Yeah. The dark ages right there.
Yeah.
As long as I ain't in the woods. Listen, the woods is a beautiful place. Like sometimes when I go outside, like after a podcast episode or after a streaming episode, like it's night outside. And, you hear the typical woodsy noises like the crickets and the nocturnal birds and things like that. I'm like, this is great. This is a good break from technology for a hot second.
Camping was awesome. I gotta say that camping was a blast. And we like lit a fire and we had like 8. You put the food on a stick and you eat the food straight from the fire.
The kebabs.
It was fun. It was bomb. What'd you say?
The kebabs.
The kebabs. Oh, yeah. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a blast.
I'm all about.
I would totally do that again.
Oh, I'm all about it.
It's cool.
Blue Hills Reservations, right up there. Perfect beginning hiking spot. For those that ain't
That's where I went camping. I went camping there way back in the day. I was in like an after school program, ABCD, and we went there during summer vacation. We camped there for 2 days.
Oh, 2 days? We can't. Yeah, we camped there for the night.
Last time I went camping, I remember it was in Thompson Island. Remember when they used to send us over to Thompson Island for like the week to do
Thompson
the whole camping?
Island. I went to Thompson Island once on a boat.
Yeah, you went on a boat. You just hang out there for a week, get the whole. It was like baby.
Was it ABCD that sent us to Thompson Island?
It wasn't. It was through my middle school.
How did I go to Thompson Island?
It probably was through your middle school.
That was so long ago. I don't know. I don't remember. Wow, I haven't heard the name Thompson Island in a long time.
Y'all was like camping. I was trying to remember the last time I went camping. I couldn't.
I don't even remember if I went. Like I don't even.
Yeah, no, I went. I remember being on a boat, like and I remember like kids was there, like wearing Dare T-shirts.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I just don't remember like I don't know the situation that led me to be on that boat
to be
going
there.
to Thompson Island. I think I might have been kidnapped or something. I don't even know like what happened.
Wild. I'm pretty sure it wasn't kidnapping.
School or a program or something
like an after school program or
some school.
Something along those lines.
Something. Yeah. I have no idea what it was.
Something along those lines.
Listen, the only thing that's there is this really tall tower that they asked you to climb, and if you didn't climb it, then you were made fun of for the rest of the week that you were there. So that's all there was to it, basically.
Well then.
Almighty exotic, not the Dare shirts, right?
Dare shirt. Do you remember those?
Yo.
I remember when those shirts were like all over the place, and they were like,
everywhere.
it was like, oh no, the Dare shirts.
Not even the shirts, like the posters, like on the corners and things like everywhere.
It was everywhere. Dare was everywhere.
They were everywhere. It went away. Like I mean, I don't know if it went away, but we got out of school or whatever, and now it's like come back as like a fashion thing. People were wearing the Dare shirts.
Wait,
that's interesting.
As a fashion thing?
Like like I've been seeing like hype beasts wear them and things like that. I'm like, that's interesting.
Wow.
Very interesting.
I know.
Yeah,
well, then again, I mean, it makes sense because vintage is
exactly
vintage is the thing.
Yeah, I heard Fubu was trying to make a comeback.
They were actually trying to make a legitimate comeback a couple years back, like 6 years ago, something like that. Like legitimately trying to come back in business. But
it's crazy.
That quite worked out.
My ex from way back in the day, her blood uncle, I got to go to his house and all this stuff in New York, was one of the founders of Fubu.
Really?
One of the
guys. Probably saw him on YouTube because I saw this video with one of my. So what happened was one of my homies, one of my YouTube friends, they were like thrifters, and they loved Fubu, and they would always, every time they come across some Fubu wear, they would always wear it, whatever. Years later, they blew up, became a bigger YouTube channel, and was like, "Yo, we want to revive Fubu." So they like,
oh, that'd be sick.
Flew out, yeah. They like flew out and went and talked to like they made a YouTube video meeting with the guys at Fubu. Like I don't remember what like came of it. I don't think anything came of it really, but they at least got to meet the guys that made food, that designed food.
That's sick because like I used to wear a lot of Fubu. Like they had one hoodie that I wore it until the decals fell off that thing, man. It was a Fat Albert hoodie. It was gray. and it had 3 of the characters on the front. Oh, I love that hoodie,
Listen,
man.
if you weren't wearing FUBU, South Pole.
Oh, I remember that. Yo,
Pole.
J Neck remembers that hoodie.
South Pole was my
Yes.
brand. If I wasn't,
Yo, South Pole. I wore too much South Pole.
I wore a lot
Right.
of South Pole. I'm trying to think of all the
South
other brands
Pole.
that were like
Fat Albert,
ECKO. Is that one of them?
Enichi,
In each fam.
Echo.
There were so many brands back then.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But a gaming question that I actually have for y'all.
Listening.
A gaming question. Is there any game? What games or game have you guys been playing recently?
Like us?
Us?
Like here? Like
Yeah.
in this forum? No,
Right here?
I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon a lot. Final Fantasy 14, a good amount. And we've cranked it up on FIFA. I'm playing exuberant amounts of FIFA right now. It's insane. The amount of FIFA Volta, it's been dope.
What about you, Reese?
We've been on a wild mean streak in FIFA recently. I don't even play sport. Like, let this be known. I don't play sports games.
But you do
I typically do not have fun with them. I do not now. But I will play FIFA with my friends and continue to win and enjoy it at the same time. So like
if you don't win.
I figure out what the hell we did wrong and we don't do it again.
Oh, okay,
basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Basically.
he's if you're on my team, you can't throw your controller, fam.
Here we go.
Dubs
it was
only,
a long time ago, fam.
Listen, I don't know, Reese. Now you're just known as the controller thrower, so I don't know, man.
You're not about to hold me to something that happened years ago. Stop it.
You didn't build the reputation.
Anyway, a lot of FIFA, like I said, and I found myself back in Skyrim.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Hard.
Did you start over? Or
I did.
You picked up?
I started over and I remodified it. So I modified it before in my then attempt to start over, but I guess I ran too many incompatible mods. Nothing was working, things like that. Everything's been working beautifully right now. So I'm just.
What mods do you have active?
Some visual updates, expanded skill trees. So there's like almost 200 more skills I could choose from.
Oh my
Expanded spell book. There's like 400 more spells I could choose from. There's bad game.
How does it look graphically though? Because like, are the graphics enhanced, or you didn't mess with none of those mods?
So there are graphical enhancement mods I have installed, and I have a utility called Bethany. So what Bethany does is it tweaks the native resolution settings to look good, and then the mods take over and make it look better. So I want to say it's like PS 4.5-ish right now.
So it's upscaled. You got it upscaled a little bit.
Yes, because I only have a 1440 monitor anyway, so it's not doing too much to have to upscale all that over again.
I want to see.
It does look much better than PS3 Skyrim would.
I want to see it in 4K if they actually have that like that.
A 4K Skyrim?
Yeah. Well, because we had a discussion off stream, and I am going to finish it. I was looking for my data because I just knew I still had my second playthrough data, and it's gone. So I lost 90 hours and I lost 80 hours. So I'm not doing that again
because
I'm only playing main quests. And if anyone offers me side quests that is not the College of Winter Hell, I'm killing them.
I was gonna say you're probably gonna
kill the quest lines.
Killing
whatever.
them.
He's gonna that's fine. He's gonna kill off the
bro.
quest line and he won't have to worry about it. I'm
your
fine with
EXP, so
My
I
man
don't
has
go over there.
reduced them to EXP.
Oh man, how could you though? How could you?
Because I did it already
he
twice.
did it already.
I'm not doing it again.
You have no
J Negative
soul.
Gaming in the chat. He actually, this is stemming from a conversation that we had. Like I said, he knows I'm modding Skyrim, so he's interested in modding Oblivion, because that's actually my more favorite game of the series. And Oblivion came out in 2006, I believe. So imagine how that game would look with all the mods and such.
Are you gonna play on the hardest difficulty?
I mean, why not?
No, J Negative Gaming.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, if he started on the hardest difficulty, he has to continue on the hardest difficulty.
Oh, are you just gonna? It's just gonna mod the current game that he has.
Well, we'll see, because I don't know how to mod the different versions. I mainly work with the Steam version, so.
Got you.
But we'll see. We'll figure it out. I'll throw up some screenshots.
when you load up the mods or whatever, it doesn't affect your save files, right?
You
Or you
cannot
have to
earn
play it brand new,
achievements.
fresh. Okay,
That's the
but
only thing that.
if you already have a file, then you download whatever you do with your mods. Can you then use that
Yeah,
same
it's
file?
just
But now that
you're
file is
modding the game
disqualified from mod.
itself, not the
Cool.
actual. But you still can't get achievements. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, I have all those achievements
I
I
like
don't
got
3
enough
times over.
trophies.
So
I got
yeah.
enough trophies in that game.
Did you guys know that PlayStation no longer gives you currency for your achievements?
That I I knew that wasn't gonna last long when they announced that.
Bro, it lasted literally a year.
Yeah. And
1
did they say
year.
how much they paid out?
Huh? No, they didn't. Well, I didn't even look into how much they ended up paying out. I'm sure
'Cause
probably whoever was in
I got
that
a
year
couple
time span that
$100
they
off
had
that
it.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I said I got some money off that thing.
Yeah, I'm sure whoever had it in that year time span probably went crazy on it, but they did it for a year. They was probably like, "Oh, we're losing too much money off of this, John. Like there's some people addicted to our games out there or something. I don't
Right.
know." But they
Right.
They just
stopped
trying to
it.
play games.
And now they just offer like you get like a wallpaper or yeah, like a
A
wallpaper, right?
theme,
Like a theme. Yeah, you get like a
themes,
theme, but it's
and things
only
of that
from
nature.
like certain games that offer a theme. There's no real incentive anymore. Well,
Right.
aside from your own bragging
Aside from
rights or
me, yeah.
whatever, like being an achievement hunter, but they
Oh,
took away any real incentive to actually chase it from people
that
that didn't
sucks.
previously do it. Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
goofy.
That is trash. Like it was, I think it was just an attempt to get their credit card out there. Cause that's when their credit card came out, right?
Oh,
That's
that's a
when
good.
they
I don't
revamped
know.
it because I
That's when
had
they
to
revamped the card.
yeah, because they were a new partner bank, things like that. So yeah.
Mm.
Because the rewards that you get would go to your card as well, right?
Mm-hmm. I still
Based
have
on all
so
your
yeah, you
trophies
would
and
get
things.
cash back and you would get like Sony points to buy stuff. I
It
actually
was
got a
points.
free
Yeah, you get
DualShock off
Sony
of that. Yep.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
It
I'm
was
about to see if
cool
I,
while
I'm
it lasted.
about to see if I have enough for another controller.
bro, I was trying to put people on during my stream. I was like, "Oh yeah, for all you achievement hunters out there, you get money, get your money." And it was asking me. This is when they was asking me like how much, and I was looking up the conversion, and then it was like, "Yeah, that's been done for like 6 years now." I was like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man.
That didn't
It's
last long
nutty.
whatsoever.
Nutty.
Like you said,
Silly.
they were probably giving up too much money and they weren't having it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm assuming so. I don't know, but I'm assuming too many people just cashed in for way more than they anticipated them to cash in for. That's my
You live and
assumption.
you learn.
Yeah.
I
Who
bet they
knows?
I bet they won't do that again.
But I've been playing recently, really recently. Well, I guess before this, I was playing a whole lot of New Worlds. I was playing a whole lot of New World, and it was
Um,
like
mm, you
it was the
are all about this. I'm still surprised.
yeah, the game's mad fun. The only like it was just like it was like being playing that game was like I don't know like being in like a relationship you know it's gonna end like you know there's like no point but it was like so much fun. It was just like I knew everything's gonna get wiped so I like
Mm-hmm.
but then I was like but let me get a quick quest in here real quick and then I
Just
just started playing
maximize.
for like an hour or two
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like I turn it
Uh-huh.
off I just feel disgusted like yo it's just gonna get wiped like why am I even caring like yo it's oh man
It's
it
a
was the
one-time thing.
toughest.
Yes, it's annoying, but fam, once you're over this hurdle,
Nah,
that's it.
I know
that's
what
timing.
I'm just
That's
wait.
why I can't play it no more until it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, it ends today, literally
Yeah.
today. So, um, yeah, I stopped playing. I didn't play it at all today, but like, it was just like, I just can't wait till the 30th. I can't wait till the game actually comes out so I can just like
Bet.
play it for real, for real.
Let's hope that
Um,
they take all of the players' considerations in mind as to how they can improve it. Because, like everything we played, there are some things we noticed that we liked,
oh
and
yeah,
some things that we did not like.
yeah. I found out there are no like real raids in the game. It's like, I guess they call them world bosses
So that sounds like
where
overworld bosses, right?
I didn't run into any.
That sounds like a fate from
Yeah,
14.
like
Yeah, I think it'd be considered a fate, like a fate from Final Fantasy 14.
I
Uh-huh.
like those.
Where there's not a required, but a recommended. Like I guess one of the bosses is a recommended 5 people with and they're all of them being level 25. That's the recommended to fight that boss.
Gotcha.
But I didn't run into it myself. I mean, the crazy thing about that game, I think it has like I don't want to call how should I word it? Like placement issues or something? Detoad Sage, I have not played Genshin, so I don't know. I can't answer. He said like a world boss in Genshin, and I
I
don't
didn't
know.
play enough Genshin
Yeah,
to
well, yeah. I didn't play
know
enough Genshin.
because
Yeah,
What's Genshin?
oh, chill
man,
out.
stop playing.
don't
Nah,
don't
I
play with
can't. I
Genshin
can't
like
do
that.
that. I played the demo.
But
Genshin
like,
got
Let me
power
stop.
in these
Let me stop
streets.
fronting him. Let me stop fronting.
I'd be on my way to like a quest, but in between from where I am to where the quest location is, there are enemies that are far higher than me and the quest level itself. Like I was
It's
on
out
my
in the
way to a
world,
level 8 quest,
just chilling.
and
Mm,
in between that there was level 25 enemies.
mm.
And I'm
Okay.
just like, dude, like what's with this level placement? Like this ain't like I can't get to I died so
Mm,
many times
I see what you're saying.
trying to get there. Yeah.
So
It
you're
That's
was
saying,
kind of
yeah,
annoying.
it was
Like if it's like
frustrating.
in your way, like fine. But
like,
if it's out of the way, like okay, you're going this way and you see old boy over here, be like, all right, I'll fight you later. But you keep going your way. Is he
yeah.
like
No,
here?
they
It
pull
sounds
you.
like they're in the path. They're
Yeah,
in
you
the path.
they get pulled to you. They slide you. Like
Oh,
they will
that's
run down on you.
that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't be
you definitely got to do that stuff right when you're making an MMO.
don't be
Like
in the way.
like if you're level 8 and you're on a level 8 quest and you're running into 25s along the direct path to the thing, that's
Like
tough.
if you had to
Yeah.
look
They
that
got to
It
up,
work on
was
that. They got to work
crazy.
on that. They got to
It was
work on that.
crazy. I was
people would
like,
think
dude, how I'm
they're
supposed to get over there? Like,
they're
I mean,
going
I
the
got
wrong
over there
way.
eventually. I
Mhm.
just died mad times. I died like it got to the because you have to um salvage your equipment
Mhm.
in
Yep.
order to get repair points, I guess we'll call them
Yep, the
repair
repair
Hmm.
points.
points. Yep.
So you can repair your armor and stuff. And like I had at the end, I had like my armor was decent. It was a little dirty, you know what I'm saying?
A
It
little
was,
dirty.
but I had no more repair points. I had nothing else to and I had nothing else to salvage. I had to use it all
That's
because every
crazy.
time you die, your armor gets wrecked. Your
Yeah.
armor gets wrecked. So it's definitely not easy. But there was some instances I was playing in the Discord on live and I
Mhm.
was sharing my screen. And there was some instances where I had PvP on. PvP is one of the best
Ooh.
things.
Yeah, the
One of the
PvP
best
is cool.
This was
one of the
great.
best things. I was like,
This was great.
I was there was one point where I was like, 'cause in order to build a camp, you have to get wood and you have to have some flint.
Mhm.
So I
Hmm.
was like, "Oh, I ain't got no wood. I got plenty of flint. Let me go get some wood." So I'm in the field just chopping at some trees. Next thing I know, I'm just getting slid on out of nowhere. I'm just minding my business. He just starts doing and I died. I got slid on. And
It
then
was, but my man's was so excited about it. He was like, "Yo, I'm getting slid on." He's trying to fight back, like get the wood, put the camp back together, defend himself. He's just getting. It was funny.
I was trying to fight back, but I just out of and I'm on my way. Same thing happened. Like I'm on my way to a quest. I run by. I didn't see. You remember that time when we was playing together and he turned
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
corner. He noticed us. He
I, s-
backed off.
I saw him at the bottom of the mall. I'm like, oh, hello.
Oh, my man's was on a swivel.
He was like, "Yo, who's that? Who's that?" And yeah, see, I didn't notice, old boy. I was like, I just
Oh
walked
no.
right by him. He was like, "Blink." He had his Metal Gear Solid go off, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and he just ran down on me. I'm like, "Yo, wait!" Then this time I tried to run away, but he had like
Mm,
too many hot abilities.
Right,
his
All he
right,
could
his
do
right,
was
mind
right.
keep
was
going.
on you.
He was already
And
questing for too
yeah,
long.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he slid on me, but I was like, "Yo, that is so dope, bro." Imagine
That's
just like you just on your way to a quest with your homies, and you just see either somebody else sleeping or a whole nother crew riding out together. So it's like, "Yo, what up?" Like, yo, that is
I
just so
like
dope.
that.
Mm,
I like
I
that.
love
miss me
that.
And it,
with all of
you
that.
know, y'all could be walking like you could be on an important quest where you don't want to waste no resources. And same thing with them, and you're like, okay, okay,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just about to catch each other. All right, fine.
Yeah,
If
chill,
you
And
want, you
people.
can
sometimes
ask
it's
when
like,
we walk by,
I'm just
and then
player hunting, bro. Like, what's
and then you
up?
got
Be
the
cool.
hot box in the back with the musket, like, "Yeah, alright."
Be cool. So I
take
already
one, take one with you before we leave.
I
Yeah,
already see like cruiser 4 and 5 just standing at like major intersections of the hole to be like, oh, where you going? And they just stick people up. Like I
Yeah,
see, I envision it already.
yeah. Like when the division first came out and we first found the DZ. It
Oh
was just literally there were
man,
just gangs of
these
characters who
gangs
were
of
way
characters
higher
just
level, just
waiting
posted, just waiting for you to try to extract.
at the drop
Yeah,
off
at the drop
spot,
yeah.
off. Yep.
yeah.
At the extraction, just waiting, just post it up.
Well, that's genius. Imma post up at a point and just message people like, "How much coin you got?"
Yo,
Before
run
you
your
do that,
coin.
you need to make sure you can actually beat them.
Huh? I'll slide everybody, bro. I'll try.
Respect.
I'll
Yo, how much
try.
money you got? Run it. I'm gonna try and slide you. You don't sound very intimidating.
You will
So,
catch the spitting.
so Reese has got what? It's Skyrim, FIFA, and what else?
Those are the only two. I'm in on Skyrim right now.
And the key is on New World and
Yeah, I'm playing, Star Ocean 1 right now. I started that up again.
oh, you picked it back up.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I started over though, because apparently the last
Oh,
time I played it was in March. I had 15 hours and I was level 30, but like I didn't remember where I was going with it. And that's one of those games where it doesn't tell you, like, there's no easy way to figure out where you're going. Like if you're not paying attention,
Yeah,
if
if
you're
you
not
didn't pay
paying
hmm
attention,
attention,
that's it.
paying attention to the story, you just out there in the
hmm
I
wilderness.
love video games of old, man. If you didn't pay attention, that was your
No, I
business.
hate that. I
That was your
hate it.
business.
Tell me where to
I
go.
hate that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I lied. Another game I am
that's
playing.
obsolete. I don't need
I
that.
said that's
Yeah, no, I
obsolete.
hate it, man.
So
Tell me where to go.
y'all don't like when the video game doesn't tell you what to do, where to go anymore because it's obsolete. But y'all don't like our PS5s telling us where to go because it's too handholdy.
What do
Our
you mean?
PS5s
Yeah, you
telling
remember
us where to
the
go.
hint card thing?
Oh, the
Um,
hint card.
That's different.
That's way different. I
That's an
forgot that was a
outside
thing.
source giving you a hint about the game
Is it
versus the
About
outside
game is
all
source?
just like,
games.
as
Dude,
opposed
that
to the game is just like, yo, your objective list. Yo, go to Eichenfeld to go fight some dude.
exactly.
That's it.
Now imagine you playing Portal and you're just like, "Yo, I can't figure this puzzle out. Let me get a hint card." That's completely
That's
different.
completely different.
Completely
Mm.
different. Like me and M Card struggled over Portal. Like we didn't just go
Yeah.
like get a hint card. Like, yo, where should we put our portals? Like, no, come on with that.
I'll allow it.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, because you don't turn your PS5
I
on.
see. I see where you was going with it, though, Reese. But
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
The other
Yeah.
game that I actually am come like, it doesn't sound right that I'm only playing 2 games. The other game that I'm playing, so I'm playing a game on PC, which is Skyrim. I'm playing a game on PlayStation, which is FIFA. I'm also playing a game on Xbox,
Oh.
Star
Oh,
Renegades.
Star Renegade's cool.
I
It's a
am
cool
playing
that.
RPG.
What game is that?
It's a
Star Renegade is an
it's a
RPG. Excuse me while
roguelike
I download.
RPG.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a roguelike mecha RPG. It's cool. It's very cool.
You are probably not gonna like how it looks.
I don't like how it looks, you said?
I said you're probably not gonna like how it looks, but I think the art direction is rather interesting. So
It is interesting. It's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I can't play too many games at once. Like my weekend was filled of me playing a bunch of games for like 5 minutes. Like that's literally what I did all weekend. I played a
Mm.
bunch of games for like 5 minutes. I played Splinter Cell.
okay.
I played Shadow Hearts.
Okay.
I played wait, those are the 2 games that I can remember right now.
I'm also rebeating Perfect Dark on the hardest mode.
Which is
Oh
lit.
yeah.
We just
playing
keep that
Perfect
up
Dark.
and Reese just be getting
I just be
smacked.
getting folded because
He does work. He
I
does
remember
work.
so much from my playthrough back then, and in Perfect Dark, there's 3 difficulties, and as you increase the difficulty, not only do the enemies get smarter and better, but there are additional objectives. So,
No.
it's
Reese remembers
good.
that game. Like, that's one of his games, bro. I was at his house and he's like, yo, play this mission with me. Literally, dude knew what to do word for word, bar for
Oh
bar,
my
like where to
goodness.
go,
Everywhere,
like
all the secret
exactly.
items and all
Yo,
of that.
like
And I hadn't done
it
that mission
was
in a
crazy.
long time.
That game was released in like 97. And man's is like, yo, on the Chicago level, you got to do XYZ in this order, or you can skip this to do this. I was like, all right, just tell me what to do, bro.
Yo, you're clearly the lead here. You're
Tell
clearly
me what
taking
to do.
point. Just
It
let
was
me know what to do.
2000.
Actually,
It was 2000. Bet.
Mhm.
J Negative Gaming just reminded me that I also spent the weekend watching wow, I was really about to say Inuyasha, which is
Wow,
slightly
Rurouni
Which
Kenshin.
guy?
disrespectful slightly disrespectful. I was watching Rurouni Kenshin movies.
Oh, the live action Johns.
Yeah, the live
I
action
Those
just
ones.
are looking
They
I
are
got
amazing.
fire.
They
I
are
can't I
amazing.
can't wait to watch them.
Yeah.
So if you
I'm gonna watch the Samurai X ones first because
if
that's
you
the
want
order.
yeah, technically it is the order.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to watch them, they're on the movies. They're like the Rurouni Kenshin movies are on Funimation, and the Samurai
Oh,
X ones are on Netflix, and they
okay.
just came out this past Friday.
So if I
Oh
watch
yeah,
all the movies, do I need to watch the anime?
Yeah, still, yeah. Well, I haven't seen all the movies. I'm
You
in the
haven't seen
Uh,
it?
middle of
No, I'm just curious.
watching the second one,
I would
Okay.
but
say no. That's up to you. Like you don't
yeah.
have to read the manga to
No,
watch the
because
show. You don't got to read the book to watch the movie. It's up to you.
No, I think he said did he after he watched like if he watches the movie, will he know the whole story in the anime? I think that was the
yeah,
question. Yeah.
Okay.
kind
I
of
Yeah.
thought you
think
said, do
Dragon
you
Ball
have
Super.
to watch the thing?
Think Super, like the
Right. So
first.
I
Yeah,
don't I think I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's
Bet.
I don't know 100%. But from what I've seen so far, I think it's kind of doing the Walking Dead comic book thing, whereas it's using the movies or it's using the anime as like a roadway, but not taking the same exact. It's kind of the same things are
Right.
happening ish.
Got you.
using the
But I'm
dioramas
only
but
like
telling their own story.
yeah, I'm only like a quarter of the way in through the second movie. And they brought in an iconic character, and it was super hype. Um, but they're good. They're good. I think those movies are like a perfect representation of what an anime movie should be. Now, I should let you know, 100% honesty, I've not seen any other anime movie. So I don't really know I know Evolution was
Oh,
horrible.
I was about to say you didn't see that really
No,
good,
I
terrible
didn't.
Dragon Ball movie.
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I saw like the thumbnail, I guess you want to call it or whatever, of the characters, a poster, and yo, whatever. Anyways,
Whatever.
but I know that there's I heard the Full Metal Alchemist movie was good. I
I
heard
heard
people
that too.
even like
I heard
I heard
that was good.
people even like the Notebook movie, or no,
Death
it's not called Notebook.
Death
Note.
Death
Note.
Note. Yeah, the Death Note movie. And I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything about the Parasite movie, but I know that's also a thing.
I didn't
Got
know
you.
that was a thing. Wow.
Yeah, there's a Parasite movie. I think it's on Netflix too. But
According to Nuji Boy, the Death Note Netflix movie is bomb, as
yeah,
in
that's what I've heard.
hilariously terrible.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, never
That's what I
mind.
heard too. I heard it was horrible.
You thought it was horrible?
I heard
But
it was one of the worst
hilariously
things.
horrible, apparently.
Wow. Oh,
I heard
well,
it
never
was really
mind.
bad.
Maybe I
But
heard wrong.
I mean, that's the wonder of mixed reviews, right?
Yeah.
Up
That's
to
But
all
I
I
you.
will
know.
say this from my personal of watching this movie, it's great. It's like an awesome
Yeah.
representation of anime live action movie.
Got you.
Fair
Aviva
enough.
Ladan says the Final Fantasy Pixel remaster has bombed on Metacritic.
As it
I
should.
mean, it's what we
Has it?
expected. We
As it
expected
should.
it to. It was whack.
Listen,
Yo,
the
Square, no one
release
wanted that.
the
We didn't need
release
that.
of the
Nobody asked
Pixel
for that.
remaster is a good and bad thing. Bad because what were you thinking trying to release this trash onto the general public? Good because it has opened to people's mind because you have delivered such a trash product that people have found ways to modify it. I saw an article that
Oh,
was shared
I
by the
saw that.
community this morning where the Final
Yes.
Fantasy 1 characters were replaced by Final Fantasy 9
And
characters.
that was so awesome. It was so awesome. That
It
was
was pretty
really cool.
awesome. So replace
Unfortunately, it was only just the battlers, but that was really cool to see.
yeah, there's all kinds of mods. There's already the text mod to like change the ridiculously ugly font that they supplied. We have character mods like this. So if you do buy the game, just know that you don't have to suffer its looks entirely.
Dude, so I think in practice that I think the Pixel remasters are fine, like whatever, like they releasing the same game 500 times. That's like the
Mhm.
Sony or the Square
The
MO.
square way, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do. They just release the same game. Well, those they release 1 through 6 a ridiculous amount of times, so many times.
Can't
My
even count,
biggest
yeah.
problem with that whole thing is that they charge $75 for it. Like I think and not even all the games are out. So you can see the individual prices of the games. Some of the games are it's 1 through 3 that's out right now.
Yep.
I think 2 of them are like a little around $10. Some it's like $9 and some change. And
Mm,
then one of them is like $14 or something like that. And I think they are charging entirely too much for all of those games. Like
I agree.
if we were to look at it in a pricing of individual games, like Final Fantasy 1 should be like $2. Final Fantasy 6 should be the most at
Five.
$5.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you price it anywhere in between those two ranges.
yeah,
They're charging entirely too much for all of that.
yeah. It's way too, bro. You know how I feel about it. No, the whole thing, the price, it. Period. No
It.
one wanted that. Nobody asked for it, and then you delivered it poorly. It looks awful.
It
Looks awful.
looks pretty bad. Pixel remaster.
Looks awful. Miss me with that whole thing. That whole thing.
Yeah, it won't. It's not something I'm into whatsoever,
Yeah.
in any sense at all.
Like
Get
J
that
Negative
out.
Gaming in the chat. We was looking at it. We like took a screenshot and we broke it down into its individual pieces. We even looked at a video of it. And in comparison to some of the previous re-releases, and I'm gonna reference the PSP one because that's typically
looks so
touted
good.
as the best one.
Yep.
There's so much wasted space on the screen. Like even in battle, you notice like there's this empty spot in the left. Yeah, they did this little cute thing to bring the menu over, and then you make your option, then it goes away. And then in the back, like the sprites are so small, there's so much background is wasted. Even in the overworld, because you have to remember our screens were tiny back then. We didn't have as many pixels as we do now. So it just looks weird when it has all those extra pixels that it didn't account for back then.
Looks trash.
It looks wasted. It's very wasted.
Yeah. So they're review bombing it. I read it wrong.
Yeah,
they're review
they
bombing
review
it.
bombing it.
I thought like it bombed on.
Oh, you thought it
Metacritic.
had actual bad reviews from
Yeah, no,
critics.
they were review bombing it.
People are just review bombing it.
Their
Yeah.
Metacritic scores are
Whatever.
holding up. I mean, Final Fantasy Pixel
I mean,
Remaster at 80.
I think there's so many people buying it. Like it's
Yeah, I mean,
selling.
Yeah.
people are gonna buy it. It's like
Here
the
we
Nintendo
go.
thing.
So Final
Nintendo can
Fantasy
release
2,
whatever garbage they want. People will just buy it.
Meta score 73, user score 33. Final Fantasy 3, 77 meta, 33 user. So yeah, they're not happy about these.
That's not something I'd be spending my money on ever.
Nah,
In
fam.
the history of ever.
Nah.
Nah.
Anywho.
So I included a nice little image on our panel this morning. I said this morning. Wow, this evening, with the word Playdate above it. And I saw way in the beginning when we first started, Nuji Boy had asked, "Is that an Etch-a-Sketch?"
Is that that's actually a really good question.
This is in fact not an Etch-a-Sketch. It is Playdate.
By Panic Incorporated.
Where if you don't know who they are, I'm not entirely surprised. Because
I do.
They've been in this. They've been
You
in
do?
the
Because they published one of my favorite games.
They're in multiple spaces. They're in the workspace for like working. They have developer apps and things like that. And as B say, they released one of his favorite games,
Firewatch, February 2016.
And I actually tried to play that. Well, I did play the game, but I have a slight motion sickness thing when it comes to certain games, so I only got so far. But that game is really good. If you don't suffer from what I do, I suggest you play it. So they went from the enterprise space to the gaming space to making their own little handheld console. And it's the cutest little thing, as you see. It's little, perfect little square. Has a relatively small screen, 2 buttons, a D-pad, a speaker, and a crank.
A crank. Like an actual crank.
Like the cars of old, where you have to crank the engine in order to get that John started.
When you got one of those old cars and you know it's getting cold and you got to roll the window up, you got to fra.
Jack in the Box.
Like
crank.
Jack in the Box.
You know what I mean?
Like fam.
Crank.
It's a crank.
Proper crank. Like, okay.
I would say you could pre-order this right now. It is, all right, let me take that back. You can pre-order it now, but you probably won't get it until 2022. Because they've sold their first 20,000 already.
20,000. That
in 20 minutes.
It sold out at 20 minutes. 20,000 units. And the thing retails for $179.
Bro, So they promised to ship 20,000 units.
Mm-hmm.
They sold 20,000 units. Good
in
luck trying to get
20
one.
in
Good
20
luck trying to
minutes.
get
That
one.
thing sold out in 20 minutes. And the thing about it is it's not really super crazy. It's kind of like
It's not
it's
crazy at
kind of
all.
like a super duper Mr. Gaming watch.
Yeah,
Like
it's very niche. Like every video I watched, every reviewer I watched, they're like, this thing is very niche. It's
It's the
very,
cutest thing.
yeah.
it is
Now
adorable.
look, you're not getting much, but you see how small it is. So it had 8 hours of battery life, 14 days standby. If you put it down. The CPU was so slow. It's at 200 less than 200 megahertz. When you hear processors, you're typically in the gigahertz. It's a 180 megahertz processor, 16 megabytes of RAM with 4 gigs of storage. It has Wi-Fi, it has Bluetooth. The display is 400 by 240. And like I said, you get a D-pad, 2 buttons, and a crank.
But you could also if you're a developer and a beast, you can put your own games in with no jailbreaking necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool as well.
So, yep, they're supplying with an SDK so that you can create your own games, because this will come with its own games. And it's really interesting how they're delivering it to us.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about it either, actually. But again, you can't deny that it's interesting. If you watch their promotional video, which is actually really good, by the way, they right off the start, it was like, this you could put in your hand to play games. And then the next quote was, but I already have something that plays games. And they show a young kid putting his PSVR on, like playing PlayStation, people on their phones, their Xboxes. They literally showed all their competitors in the video. And it was like, okay, and we're doing something different. Come see this. And then they show everything that I could do. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
It's just a cute little thing. I don't think I wouldn't buy it, but I think it's a cute little thing to have like in the office. You can just like cranked out on your break or whatever.
Yeah.
It's adorable. It's pricey. $180.
It's $180,
little too
and you
much.
get you get 2 games a week over 12 weeks.
Yep,
So
2 games a week over 12
you
weeks.
24 games and 4 gigs of RAM.
Yep.
No, 4 gigs of storage. Excuse me.
4 gigs of storage.
But,
yep.
Yeah, like he's saying, it's cute. It seems fun. I'm not in the market for crank fueled black and white handheld with no backlight. But
yeah, there's
it's
no.
cool.
But the screen's quite reflective.
Cool. What's up?
But the screen's quite reflective.
The reviewers were saying that in dim light, like at night and stuff, it's hard to see the screen.
Your console has a curfew. Once it gets a little too dark, you gotta put it away.
Well, also, is there like so they releasing games like B said 2 week over 12 weeks, so you get 24 games.
Yep.
And but they said it's in seasons. So like,
do those games go away?
Right, because there's only 4 gigs of space. How much space are on those? I mean, how much space do those games take up themselves?
I can't imagine it takes up all. Like they have
There's
to
a lot of questions.
They got to be KBs. Like those games,
they have to be. KBs. They have to be KBs.
Nuji Boy asks, "Is the screen OLED?" It is not.
The screen
it's not
OLED though. This screen is not OLED. It is a 400 by 240 pixel 1-bit resolution. It's not even grayscale. It is a single bit.
It's still an LCD screen, but it's a different type of LCD screen.
Yeah.
They said with some other type. I think forget the name
probably
of it.
LCD IPS probably.
It's a black and white game. You're not looking at like graphics. Literally think about like Mr. Gaming Watch. Like it's literally like a Mr. Gaming Watch, like in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
like the super cool thing that I really do like about it is that thousands of indie developers have already pledged to make stuff for it. So it's like a testing ground for devs to test stuff out and see things before they move it into another concept, into another space, into another program, into another thing. So it's cool. It's definitely a cool little thing. It's just, it's too expensive for me to be like, I'm going to get it. Like I'm about to get a Steam Deck. Like this is, bro, miss me with this.
Although they did say it's not something you compare to a Steam Deck. It's just
no. I just mean for my life.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you can't compare this.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. This thing's $180. Like, I'd take that $180 and put it towards whatever I'm gonna spend on a Steam Deck. I just
Exactly.
don't want anybody trying to compare
Oh
this
no,
thing to a
no,
Steam Deck. Like, it's not
no.
even comparable to a Game Boy, bro. It's like
It's
literally compared to a
yeah,
Mr. Game& and Watch. It's some cute little device that's very expensive in my opinion. But I
yeah,
guess there's kind of like a lot of technology in it because like you have that the one where you can crank it and control time kind of ish. You're not really
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
control.
that game was cool. Like that game was
Yeah,
my kind of game. Like that game was cool.
yeah.
Oh
It
man,
reminded me of
But
Braid.
it's
Would
like,
you say like kind of like Braid ish? Like
Braid.
well,
Okay.
yeah, like without the platforming,
yeah,
without you controlling the character, but the time stuff was still there, like a Prince of
yeah.
Persia or something. Um, but yeah, it's just not $180 cool. Like it's just not like
Nah,
if this thing was
nah.
like $70, $100, it's a maybe.
Yeah.
Like
I was thinking
70,
50.
it might be a cop. I might
Yeah.
buy it, but
Well,
I was thinking
JBJ
50
actually,
bucks,
I came
but
across
yeah,
this with him, and I, he's in that like marketing space and things like that. Now, again, I was really intrigued by the video that they gave, so I watched it with him, and we was having a kind of sort of similar conversation. And it's funny that you said about $100 because he said he wouldn't spend more than 150 on this.
oh no.
wow. See, and I
I,
said 50 bucks. We all went up
yeah,
by $50
yeah.
increments.
That's
I
funny.
wouldn't spend more than like 70, $80 on this thing. I wouldn't. It's
Yeah.
really tiny. I have big hands. Like it just doesn't
This
fit
thing
my life.
is relatively small than I'm looking at.
Nah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just don't fit.
I could
And
probably
like
play it with
And
one
if you
hand,
think about it,
honestly.
and like they said that that the battery life is so good. It's like I wish you would have put a backlight on it so people can just like play it like under the
yeah,
blanket on your way to bed. You know what I mean?
yeah, that'd been
That would have
cool.
been lit. But
I
And
see
if
it
you
per
think about it, I mean,
that's a
I know
risk.
that it's also sold out as well. You can't get it anymore, but this
Yeah.
thing is literally $20 cheaper than the analog and
the analog
the
can
analog
do.
pocket for those in the analog pocket is an amazing device.
You
Yeah,
know
And
it's
what,
I
doing
Key?
way
I
more than this.
you know what, Key? I got you. Cause
I wish I could get my hands on it. Do I need it? Absolutely not.
absolutely
I
not.
do
But
I
why
have no
would I?
cartridges on me. I don't that would just make if I would buy the analog, that would just have to make me go and buy some go on eBay and go buy some old cartridges. Probably cost too much that I don't need it. I don't need it. I really want it. The analog
Or
pocket is so cool.
the analog pocket is an amazing piece of tech, fam. Don't
It
don't get it.
is.
It's a dope piece of tech. I have no interest in it, but it's fire.
Yeah, it's
It's
an
dope.
amazing piece of tech.
Fire. It's fire.
I
It's
really
fire.
like it,
Yeah,
but I
it's
don't need
really
that
cool.
thing. But
Yeah. The Playdate, it's cute. There's a tiny market for it, and clearly sold out in 20 minutes.
yeah, sold
Like
out in
the
20 minutes.
20,
Massive.
like the 20,000 units, but still, it sold out in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
At 180. So good to the company for crushing it.
yeah.
Fam. And it was like,
Good
oh
job.
fam, y'all really bought out all 20,000? Cool. We got 20,000 more coming. And probably more after if these
Yeah,
ones sell out.
I feel like they potentially will keep restocking, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
like
But like,
10, 15K at a time, depending on how it does.
yeah,
Think so?
Not going too
you
crazy.
don't
Not
wanna
going too
start
crazy.
making more than you actually need to, and then you no longer
Hmm.
sell like you used to. So,
So play it cool.
play it cool, boy.
I was going
So
with
for
that.
those
But
that
also, you brought up the Steam Deck earlier, and I just want to give everybody an
Yeah.
update really quick that if you did not know, yes, you can get yourself a Steam Deck. We talked about it previously. What is it? 64 gig, 256 gig, and the
and the
512 gig, right?
512.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You can just go to Steam. They have like these requirements, I guess. You have to be in an eligible region, which is the US, Canada, European Union, or the UK, and you can reserve any one of the models, any one of the
That's
models
good.
for $5 down. And then when inventory starts becoming available in December, Valve says that it will notify customers and the order in which reservations were made.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you'll be prompted to make the full purchase. So starting in December, if you was one of the first, you'll be notified like, yo, you got through, and then you'll be like, they're gonna be like, all right. we're gonna need the rest of that money now. um,
Hey, yo, where that,
Where,
bro?
yeah,
You
for
want that
real.
Steam Deck? Where that,
Where is
yeah,
though?
it
that
is.
money? Like,
So,
you remember that reservation you made?
yep, we
Come
need
on,
we're gonna need the
Where
rest of
that?
that.
have that same
So,
energy.
Also,
Let's go.
I'm hearing that the reservations, are already being sold at exuberant amounts
people
of
are
dollars.
reselling reservations.
Already at double or triple the price already, is what I'm hearing.
I
How?
think eBay's clamping down on those though, because I did see that, but then I saw
I
the
saw
article
that
that
too.
says eBay's like, yo, you got to chill
They're
out.
fighting it. Yeah, they're
But
trying to fight it.
listen, they got through
But
on the
you,
PS5. They're
but
gonna
the
get through.
underbelly is they're gonna find a
They're
way.
gonna
They're gonna
find a
find
way.
a way.
If there's a
They're gonna
will, there's a
find
way,
a way.
right? That should have been the
They're
name
gonna
of the
find a
episode.
way.
That's
There's a
crazy. Wow. Can't you still reserve it now? Like,
um
I don't know.
how would you even know your place in line? Like, I get
No,
it.
you
Like, once
don't.
you
you
get
Just
this,
don't.
type.
So I'm gonna go on Steam right now because I
well, I
just looked at
can't.
this earlier.
I went to go look just now, but mine says cancel reservation because I reserved mine.
Yeah, and I don't want to go
Yeah, I'm
back
not.
Yeah.
to the
So yeah,
car and go
cancel
back in the queue.
reservation. Reserved on the date that you reserved. Your expected order availability is Q2 next year. It ain't our place
Yeah.
in line yet, my boys. Like
Oh,
they haven't pulled
Q2
our
net. Oh,
ticket.
so I see. Interesting. So I wonder if the people that ordered originally got a expected what Q4s or Q1 next year or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just nuts either way. But you know how it is.
Yeah, the fact that they're selling, like, you can literally go, that's, I don't know, that's crazy to
Well,
me. Like, once you get the email saying, "Yo, pay for it," okay, sell that. Like, that would make sense. Like,
Yeah.
okay. But the fact that you can still, like, reserve it, why? Like, why?
so
Have more than one? I don't know.
It's Q2 for all of them,
so
J
it says
negative.
to Q2 2022 for all 3 models.
Yeah, for all the models. But
And
I don't know. Yeah, but in any case, yeah.
Mhm.
So when you get that email saying, "Yo, the time is up," like the time is now,
up.
be
The time is
prepared
now.
to whatever, and you can't switch when you get that email. It's gonna be for the one that you had reserved
Yep.
way
Yeah.
back in the win
So
back.
if you change your
So,
mind, you're gonna have to cancel your reservation, which means
Yeah.
leave the line.
and every
then
every
you're
time
gonna
you
have to-
cancel reservation, you leave the line and you get back and
you get
you
back
reserve
in it,
again. You get
and
back
then
in line.
For that model.
for that.
Yeah.
So be very aware that if you reserve the 64 gig, and then when it's your turn in line, there are no more 64 gigs, but there's 512s, you cannot
You
buy
still
a
can't get it.
512. You reserve the 64. They're very, very, very specific about that.
You made a firm decision.
Yeah. So
Well,
there's that.
yeah.
But at least you can still reserve. I mean, hey, if you get it Q4 of 2024, at least you still got your reserve in there.
There better be a Steam
Jeez.
Deck 2 at that point, fam. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, bro, it's a PC. It's going to release parts. Yo, speaking of PC, we were talking about Skyrim earlier and modding Skyrim and how Reese
Ooh.
is currently playing modded Skyrim.
Ooh.
Well, 6 years ago, someone modded Skyrim to the tune of 3 million downloads and the first ever to win a Writers Guild award for being a modded game, a modded version
This
of Skyrim.
is a mod. This isn't
Yeah.
a standalone app. This isn't
Yeah.
some side. Well, yeah, it was a side project, but a modification of Skyrim that got downloaded 3 million times. I'm
Yeah.
modding Skyrim right now, and the base utilities, like the things that you need to download in order for mods to run, those are the types of downloads that you usually see in the millions, not
Yeah.
actual mods themselves, because there are so many different mods. It spreads
Right.
those types of downloads around.
And not the actual mod. Well, now, so that happened back in 2015. Fast forward to now, The Forgotten City is what we're talking about by Modern Storyteller, is now its own standalone game. They're
Yeah.
separated from, they've released their own game, their own version of that mod, of that game. And people are going crazy about it. They're going crazy.
And
Yeah.
it looks amazing.
Yeah, they're
Like
going
the
crazy
mod was
about it.
good enough. I didn't get the mod itself because I think it's incompatible with my game. I have Skyrim Special Edition, and the mod was for base. So
Gotcha.
I don't want to risk like incompatibility and things like that. But and it was set in Dwemer ruins. So like, you know, in every game there's this ancient civilization that did these amazing things, but they got wiped off the face of the earth somehow. So a mod that was already in Dweema Ruins was already interesting enough. Now they was like, y'all love this game so much, let's see what we can do ourselves. And
Yo,
Mm-hmm.
Forgotten City.
you know what, bro?
It's
I looked into
cool.
this game and I did not love it.
Really?
I knew you wasn't gonna
No,
like it. When I
I
was
did
That's
not
watching it
love it.
earlier, I
crazy.
was like, "This is so sick. He's gonna hate this."
I was
It is
watching when
the
I was first
sickest.
shown it. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Yo,
Yeah,
what is this? Skyrim? Like, what's this?" And they was telling me
yeah.
it's a Skyrim mod. I'm like, "Oh, okay. They got flashlights. He got a whole bow and arrow. What's up with this?" So I actually looked into it. I was like, "Oh,
You don't
this
like
one, these
it's
types.
a murder
Mhm.
mystery.
It's
Yeah, it's a
It is
time
yeah,
yes.
traveling loop murder mystery style game, and it's only
yeah.
10 hours.
Yeah,
It
like you can
doesn't. It's not like no, because you hear Skyrim, you're thinking 28
No,
yeah, put
to
another zero
100
on there.
hours
Yeah.
it's
of
10 hours for
battling
the
and all that.
it's
Yeah,
10 hours for the perfect ending. Like you can
yeah,
beeline the story, like beat it even like
yeah.
faster
Even
than
less
that.
than that. Yep.
Right,
Yeah,
right. It's
So
only 10 hours if you want the perfect good ending.
yeah,
Um, it's focusing on the narration, the story, the
yep.
writing. Like he won the Writers Guild Award
yeah,
for this game. Um, and yeah, it looks sick.
It
It
does look
looks really
sick.
fun. It looks cool. It looks smart. It looks clever.
yeah.
And there
I'm very interested. Yeah.
there are references to that. So like the one of the opening paragraphs, like the Forgotten City begins as you wake up next to the Tiber River. That's a call out to the Elder Scrolls, Tiber Septim, who was the emperor in the game in times past.
But
So like that was kind of a shout out to it. But what I found interesting is when I was watching the video, he was like, "Oh yes, this came from the creator of a mod of a fantasy game." He never specified the game itself, which I thought was
mhm.
interesting.
Yes.
Probably
The
couldn't
first
or shouldn't, just so it
one of the
doesn't
Probably,
first
come.
probably, yeah.
they even like one of the first eyebrow raising things was that he was like, if you attack or steal from another citizen, guardian statues come to life and like turn you to gold. And there's only like 24 citizens in
Yeah.
the thing. And I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
So
Huh?
yeah, that's the
Eh,
basic premise. They
Right.
follow the golden rule.
It's
Yeah.
the many shall suffer for the sins of
Ends
the
of
one.
one. Yep.
That's the mission statement of the world that you're in. So
So
you're
if
in
you
this like you're in
steal,
this one important place, and if anyone commits any sort of crime, it all goes bad for everybody.
everyone
Everybody.
dies. You turn
Yeah,
into a golden
everybody.
statue.
Yeah.
But there's time loop. So if that happens, you like go
You
into the
gotta
time portal thing and then like
yeah.
So
You're trying
undo
to
all of
basically,
agree to
that.
it.
the in the video does a good job. Like so they show you the first mission and they showed you how yes, there's a golden rule. You can't attack no one, you can't steal. What can you do? And that's how they show you how you can get crafty in the game to try to circumvent the rule to do what you
So
need to
J
do.
Negative Gaming, we're talking about a game called The Forgotten City, which was originally a mod for Skyrim, but now the developers made it their own game, and it's called The Forgotten City.
And it's crushing right
It
now.
is crushing.
IGN gave
Yeah.
it a 9, Game Informer gave it a 9, I think someone else gave it a 9.5. People are going nuts for it.
And it looks
Yeah.
amazing. I want to play it. I want to see if I
It
can
looked
play
cool.
the original mod.
It does look good. Oh,
I'd probably
I
watch
just wanna play
somebody. That's one of those games I like would watch somebody like stream it or something like that. Like
Yeah.
For 10 minutes.
that game is not for me.
I mean, for 10 hours, just do
Uh,
a marathon
I'm
game.
not gonna
completion.
watch a 10-hour session, but like I would
Right.
tune in to somebody streaming the game.
See the game,
Like,
right. Is it like one guy or small? So right. So the original mod was made by one person. I believe his name is Nick. Ooh, I should have wrote that down.
I should have wrote that one. I just, that's
But then it blew up, and when he decided to do this project, he handpicked a team. I think the team is total of 4
it's a small
that
team.
made this game. The name of the group is Modern Storyteller. It's 4 people.
And
It's an indie crew.
looking at the trailer, you could tell that that's what they love to do is to tell stories. Like the narration throughout the video was
Yes,
damn good, award winning. That, like you said, and
like
yeah.
you
it's
can
good.
tell that homie
They
can
needed
write.
to
Homie
they
can
needed
write.
to add some more murder in this game. Need to put some more murder in it. A little more murder in it. A little
Man
more
said
murder.
a little more murder or a lot more because you're saying a little, a lot. So you want a lot more murder?
Okay, listen. If you wanted to add a lot more murder, I will not listen. I was just trying to be I don't know the word I'm looking for is,
Because
but
now we're
I was
talking
trying to
Evil Dead right now.
huh? No, see, no. I was trying to just not. I wasn't trying to take the whole kitchen. Just get a little snack out the fridge. That's all.
Right,
Like,
right, right, right.
let me get some murder up in here.
Yeah,
Back for
Like,
blood.
yeah. But they said that
but
there's enough
there's some
of
combat. Yeah.
platforming and combat to keep it interesting, but
To
To
it's
make it
say
about
interesting, to make it good. Yeah. I'm not hearing that. That just tells me that they ain't enough murder, and it's more so
that there
platforming, some
ain't
storytelling crap.
enough
it's
Huh?
not even
murder.
a lot of platforming. It's mostly story.
Like you got to stop treating it like that, man.
It's not even a lot. It's more just talking to these people. And one of the critics that they had, he even said it was that one of the bad. What's funny is that the one of the biggest things about the game is the narrative and stuff like that. But he said one of the
Mhm.
bad things about the game is the people's like the
Yeah,
graphics, the facial designs.
Yeah,
yeah.
So
The face.
they can be a
bad.
little off.
So the best part about the game is looking at these characters with bad graphics. That's kind of hilarious to me.
You would like that.
No, I just think it's funny.
Yeah,
I wish it was more than what it was than what it is because I was hyped. I was like, ooh,
yeah.
and then I found out what it really was, and this bummed me out.
Got you.
I don't think that
Yeah,
that should have bummed you out, but I get it.
I
I
was
get it.
I was the other way. I was like, all right, I just don't want another Skyrim just with a skin on it. Like, what do they do with this? And it's its own thing coming from the Skyrim engine, and just telling the story. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, like you've
this is
done Skyrim already. Don't give me Skyrim again.
this is sick.
So
Yeah,
it's a Skyrim graphic novel. I got you.
Oh,
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
uh,
All right,
Games
that's
like
fine.
this, Life is Strange, sign me up. I love games like this.
Yeah, that's fine. It's that's all right. That's good. A little
going
bit more
from a
murder
game
though.
that we have yet to play to a game that we have played, that I'm a little sad that I'm disappointed by right now because it. The Ascent, man. The Ascent. I was looking for something
Yeah,
crafty to
Oh,
say.
the
It's
Ascent.
whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Game's a little busted
Man.
right now on the Game Pass version.
the game is blowing up, but the
Mhm.
multiplayer is blown up. It's
Yeah,
busted.
the
Yo, the
game's blowing up.
multiplayer is
And
so bad in the Ascent. It is so bad. I literally I hosted that game and
Mhm.
I literally had to start over 5 times. Technically 4 times. The last time the game just shut
It
off
just shut
like out
off.
of
I remember
nowhere. It
that.
just
And we
shut
were
off.
just in limbo, just be like,
Yep.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, since
Yo,
the game has launched
now,
last
yeah,
week,
yeah.
right? It's been
The
about,
29th. So
okay.
hasn't even been a week.
Hasn't even been a
Nah,
week.
3 days.
You
4
saw
days.
what we
Yeah.
had to experience, what Key just said, but there have been people having issues hosting new games, like he said,
Yep.
joining new games, like me and B had.
Oh, that was also part of it. Yeah, there was I tried to send y'all invites and y'all couldn't even join my
Didn't
game.
join
Joining
games.
those invites would stall the game.
Yep. Oh, look at this.
It would
Stalled
stall the
connections and crossplay.
Yep.
Invites that kick players back to the title screen happened to me. Recognizing keyboard inputs for only one party member. So that did not happen to us because all three of us were using different peripherals. But I'm assuming
Yeah.
had Key used keyboard and mouse, we probably would have fell victim to that also.
Nah, yeah. I play if it's on Game Pass, it's coming from the Xbox, but
The
that game is
tutorial system
Oh,
is broken.
the tutorial thing.
The tutorial thing doesn't work right.
Oh yeah. I turned my tutorial off,
I
but
turned
every
mine off
time we
too.
started the game, y'all would run into the same tutorial over and
Right.
over again, right?
Like
Yeah,
how,
see?
like what happens when you level up? What happens?
and even
how to
before
switch
that,
weapons, blah blah blah.
The
Trash.
very first time we played, when Key would get a tutorial prompt, I did not.
Yeah,
So
we didn't even get them.
I didn't get
Crazy.
them. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you mean do this? I didn't get notified. And then I do it. I was like,
And he thought that only the host player got tutorials
Yeah, I was
because he
confused.
didn't see a tutorial.
Like
That
you're
game,
man.
it
no,
was
go ahead.
it was,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Like
Let it
you're
out. You want to
literally
say
in
it.
the middle of battle, and like, all right. So in solo player, it pops up, it freezes the game, it pauses the game. But in co-op, that thing just splashes on your screen
It
while the game
pauses
is
you,
still active.
Yeah.
but
You
the game's
can't
still
move,
active.
you can't do nothing, and the enemies are just decimating
Wailing
you.
on you. Yeah.
It's so bad. And it sucks because there's such a dope RPG twin stick shooter underneath that. It's dope.
No,
Like,
the game
this-
is great.
This
The game
game I
is
would put 100 hours in easy, like play with my friends. Easy.
yeah.
Easy.
I see That's the thing. I really like the mechanics and the stuff that go in the game itself. Like
Hmm.
all of the RPG, bro. There's even stores. Like there's a shop you can go in. You can buy armor. There's skills, so you can make your certain how you want your to build your character. There's different equipments and there's different guns and weapons and all of this other.
Bro,
There's dope and there's experience and level ups. There's so many dope, really
yep.
cool, really fun features and I've never played. I don't play like what are they called twin stick
Twin stick
shooters.
shooters,
Yeah.
yeah.
I never played twin stick shooters, so like, I never had no experience with them really. I played that zombie one. What's that one called?
Dead Nation.
Dead Nation. I played that
I keep
very
forgetting that's a twin
briefly.
stick,
I
honestly.
beat that whole
Very
game. That game
briefly.
slapped.
Yeah, very briefly. But this game, oh my! If it wasn't so broken, I would be all about it. I think that
Yep.
game is so much
I'm
fun.
still about it. I haven't uninstalled it.
Nah, me either. It's still
I
And
there.
didn't
It's,
either.
like and the developer has promised a fix, like they're aware of
Yeah,
it. They gave us the
I saw
typical
that.
spiel, can't give us
eh,
a
they
timeline, all this other.
promised
Hmm.
an update and a fix for the Game Pass
For the Game
version,
Pass
Yeah, the
version.
but
Game
not
Pass version.
having the DLSS and ray
Oh yeah.
tracing. I didn't read anything about them fixing connectivity issues.
Yeah,
That I
apparently opposite of what we said yesterday. The Game Pass version was supposed to have ray tracing slash DLSS enabled. And I read in a forum, because I pointed this out to B on when we was playing, his options were grayed out, mine were not. However, mine were not grayed out, but they still were not active.
Yep, they don't apply.
So it was like, okay, that's sick, but like,
Yo,
what is
your
this?
menus are broken. The game glitches out and bugs out to where you have to close it or kill it.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know what it is about making and releasing a game with a cyberpunk style post 2020, but
I said
bro,
this yesterday.
they're just broken. Yo, fix your
Yo,
game.
Like,
Yo,
we've been
Neon
talking
Giant,
about this for a
fix your
while or for a
game.
bit. Like this conversation always comes up about how companies just do not release games 100% anymore, or as close to 100% as possible anymore. They release it at passable. It's not like that's it. They just focus on trying to release it to something that's not 1,000%, like 100% broken, and they
Yeah,
release it 40% broken, or hell, sometimes 50% broken, and
yeah,
they're
it's like
like,
a cyberpunk.
yeah, and they're like, you know what? We'll just
but
fix it up in a patch. We just patch it later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just
give it
keep
to them
on
now,
patching.
patch it later. Like that's and we eat it up, and we eat it up, and it's not even that it's not like they say, yo, this game is like mad broken. I want you to know that ahead of time. So before you buy it, you get in a broken game. We
They
don't
don't give
get
you no
that.
warning.
you
We
don't
don't
even
get
get
that.
that, fam.
We buy the games and then we get it and we're like, oh, nice. And then we find out it's 50% broken. And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry though. We're gonna patch that for y'all. Like, bro, like that's we get and we buy it up every single time. Every time. Every time.
It's trash, bro. It's really, 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 really messed up.
It-
And
it's
it's
ha-
just come on, bro.
it's
Come
Hanyu in
on.
the chat. It's like back then, have the whole burger meal, but now it's here's just a bread. We'll pump it up and add more things later after seeing y'all's reactions.
Yeah.
Like you're getting the whole,
But
we're not getting the whole meal anymore, fam. And we're
no,
just like, yo, can you give us the whole meal? Nah. All right, fine. Just
nah.
Like
See,
I'll take the
I'm
bread.
not even
Fine.
mad about like DLC content, like Monster Hunter Iceborne is a whole other part of the game. It's worth the $30, but like give me a game that is like 98% working. Like give me a game that doesn't crash because I walked into a specific corner. Like what
yeah,
is that? Like what is that?
Like you
companies
you can't
they
release the
legit don't care
perfect
anymore.
application.
No,
You can't.
yeah, that's why it's like
But
97, 98. Like give me that instead of
like,
like
No, yeah, not perfect, but bro, I'll take 90%.
but
I'll
mhm.
take your best given because B said it before. Like if you was to release a game previously, let's go back PS2 and before that. If you was to release a game that was bugging out the way these games are bugging out today, yo, you would get
get crushed.
trashed by so many syndications, by everybody. Nobody would buy your game. Like you like nobody would people probably wouldn't even go to your company anymore to make games for them. Like you just get thrashed. Now you need they would do their best efforts to release a game with like 90 to 97%, no
Yep.
bugs, like and put out the best product that they could. But now not even like publishers. They're like, yo, all right, well, whatever, just put it out anyways. You can patch it later, right? Like
Because here's what it
publishers
is.
don't even
There's
care.
the shareholders in the whole thing. This is, and I see this like in the jobs that I've been in previously. Like there's a development team, and they'll have their whiteboards, and then there will be things we need to fix and things we know that are broken. Known bugs, we'll call them. So right now, the objective is just to shrink that known bugs window to such a point where it's acceptable. Where, oh, does it run properly? Fine. And then they'll scratch off each of the known bugs list as it comes across. And like that's the 60-75% game that we're getting now.
I feel like they have a quota, like a 40% quota. Like, yo, you under 40% bugs?
Like, there's
release it.
There's only 10 known bugs? That's fine. Whatever. Doesn't matter what those bugs are. There's only 10? Fine. Let's go.
And I always stand on I feel like those quotas or those deadlines are pushed by the publishers versus the devs. Because I feel like
the publisher,
the developer just wants to make the best possible game for you to play.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, we want to make something like this is our baby. It's our we want to make something amazing.
I don't think
and it's just like they're just being rushed. It's like, yo, like he just said, are you guys at 60%? Well, yeah, but like we still want to work out. Nah, bro, just release it and patch it as it goes.
Patch it later. Yeah. I don't think the devs ever like, yo, can we just put this game out? Like we can put it out right now. It's 40% bugs. We good. Like, nah, I'm pretty sure like they want to put like they want to release the best product, and the publishers are like, yo, y'all, whoa. I'm looking at the paperwork. I see y'all got 38% bugs. That's good. Put it out.
Put it out. Put it out. Yo, roll it out, fam. Let's get that content.
That's good.
Like,
that's good. Yeah.
Now, like, I'm not saying that there isn't at least one instance in the gaming history of the entire industry that there wasn't been like one dev group that was like, oh, we don't care. Fine, sure.
Yeah.
But the vast majority is like, yo, these publishers be putting unrealistic timelines on these games. Like, yo, Neon Giant is 11 people. Let them build the game. Let them finish the game.
Can you imagine crunching to get under 40% bugs? Like, that's insane. Let them just build the game.
Let them make the game, yo. Speaking of crunch.
Ooh.
Video game unions are back in the news. Video game
video game unions have never left the news. They just kept getting pushed to the bottom, because unionization in the video game workspace has been a thing for decades. But it would just get pushed to the bottom because, you know, the type of landscape that was in, this type of information wasn't really known. Back then, you know, social media wasn't a giant thing, so you couldn't put your voice out there like that to let it be known that these things were happening in the workplace. Now, everything's coming out. The lid has been blown open at Blizzard, Activision, previously Ubisoft, and now this is coming out, like what type of space the video game development space really is for
Riot Games had a pretty bad thing happen in 2019 as well. Like the Undead Labs founder, Undead Labs made State of Decay. Wow, we spent some good time on State of Decay too. That game's fun, yo. I'm excited for 3. Their founder, Jeff Strain, used to work at Activision Blizzard, and he just released an open letter to the entire gaming industry, just stating like we should find a way to embrace unions because they help protect against things like what we're hearing in the news from Activision, Blizzard, and Ubisoft of the world, that they help defend against that. And that we should try to find ways to embrace them versus trying to stomp them out. Like it's always been just trying to stomp them out. Like we said, push it to the bottom so it doesn't get talked about, so it doesn't happen. So I thought that was really dope of a founder of a company to do that, and not an employee or an ex-disgruntled employee. Like, no, the head of the company is like, yo, this is a problem. We need to work on it. That was cool.
It's the founder of a company. And then what do founders of companies usually want to do? They want to prevent unions because then they won't have as much control as they usually do. And he even said it in the letter himself. If my workers want to unionize, word, I welcome it. Bring that over here. We want this. And because I'm embracing it, you should too. Because this is it shouldn't be like this.
Crazy.
I agree. He agrees. I'm fairly certain all of us agree. So
Yeah, I'm all.
he's just had enough and just wrote this letter here. And
Shout out to him for that, man.
real,
Yeah,
Shout out
that's
to him.
huge.
in the letter, like a number of people have done over the discovery of these things that are happening, he gives an example of his experience, and this was back in 1998. Again, social media wasn't a thing, and news didn't get around as fast. But basically, the gist of it was they wanted a rather gruesome type of activity in a Diablo game, like dismemberment of particular types of people. And he was like, fam, we don't need this. Like, we understand it's Diablo and all of that, but aren't you going a bit over the edge? And he was so flabbergasted by the resentment that he was getting from the board by asking to exclude this, that he was like, you know what? I'm taking my wife, taking some other like-minded people of my kind, and we getting the hell up on out of here.
Dude, he said Blizzard left a mark on his soul that never really went away, bro. Like,
crazy.
That's strong words.
Bro, come on, fam.
My man's was like, I'm sick of this. It started his own studio. Started several studios. And he's still hearing the stories. He's not at Blizzard anymore. He's here. He heard it. He's there. He's heard it. The people from the companies he's created, they've heard it from other places. He hadn't.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting, man. Like I said this before, because it's just like, just put yourself in the shoes of an individual that they grew up, all they wanted to do was get into game design. Maybe maybe they even wanted to just get into Blizzard because they loved Blizzard's games, their franchise, their products, and they finally get in, and then that is what's waiting for them on the other side of the door. Like that, their dreams turned into nightmares. That's really messed up. It's super sad and disgusting.
Facts, big facts. It's horrible.
What we can do right now is let it be known. Like, everybody, let it be known what's happening. Call out whoever needs to be called out, when, where, however. And because, man, it's hard to play an Activision Blizzard game right now. I'm not about to start up any of those apps right now. Y'all letting this kind of.
I was playing so much Overwatch that I'm like, nah, I'll play later.
Just got back into Overwatch. I'm like, nah, y'all got to get this together first.
Nah, bro. Miss me with that right now.
I never did like WoW or Hearthstone. Now I know why. Like, I'm all set, man.
But yeah, a shout out to founder Jeff Strain for writing this letter out like that. It's very like he went out there. That was good. Don't be quiet. Stand up. Shout it out.
Nah, yeah, talk about that.
Straight up.
I won't play no like Blizzard games, but you know what game I would play?
What game would you play?
Neon White. Neon White looks cool. I don't know if I played it.
Out of all the Annapurna games that they announced, Neon White was the one.
The other ones, huh?
I said Neon. I was saying out of all of them, Neon White was the one.
Yeah, that was the one that looked like mostly that I would play. But you know what another one would? You know what another one though? I ain't gonna like. I wouldn't play this game, but I could see myself like grabbing like some food, a bottle of water, tossing up a stream, and I'll watch somebody play the hell out of Stray. Like, I could legit sit there and watch somebody play Stray, bro. I can. Look at that.
We were just talking about Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And then got Stray. You're a Cyberpunk cat in Stray. As if they need to
going around. Yeah.
Listen.
It's always something.
Where has Cyberpunk has just come out of, well, all right, that's not fair to say. It didn't come out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere in the video game space, I want to say. Because Cyberpunk's been a thing.
Yeah, it's got increasingly popular.
As far as books and like reference material is concerned, like D&D and things like that. But now,
Nuji Boy thought he was about to say New World. You know I'm a New World champion.
You know what?
That doesn't come out. We got to wait till the 30th for that.
Right.
I'm not going to hold you.
I won't shut up when it comes out.
I thought you were going to say New World too. I'm not going to hold you.
Look, I'm a New World champion, but we got an August 30th. Okay, y'all see me. I'm trying to build a stack. So if anybody's trying to come through, let me know. Okay, but we got to wait.
I'll tell you what I'm not playing.
What aren't you playing?
Pokemon Unite. I'm not playing that game.
I haven't touched it either since
adding to our games that we are not playing due to unfortunate circumstance is Pokemon Unite. The week prior, we were able to verify pay to win mechanics that were in the game that we didn't exactly vibe with.
I can't get behind it. I can't do it.
Yeah, they did the math. It costs you about $120 to max out a Pokemon, essentially. So to max out the 3 items that you want to put on your Pokemon.
Yeah.
And once you spend that $120, that's it. Like you have more HP, you have more stats starting
out
when you go into the battle.
That's one person. If there's one person on each side of the team in casual, whatever. But now you have stacks of 5 doing that. Now you have $600 versus your potential, however much you spent on your battle pass.
So basically, you would essentially need to be on even playing field. You would need all Pokemon involved to have spent the $120 to boost their Pokemon to have it on even playing field.
Right. Or to grind some exuberant amount of hours, or you grind for those hours less because you have a battle pass. Characters of the same level meeting on a battlefield should be even.
Period.
Yeah.
Like you should only be losing to game knowledge, teamwork, and skill
and
things of
strategy.
That.
Yeah.
If my Charmander walks into your Charmander and we're both level 12, it should be the same. Like my items are my items, your items, cool. But it's like you should. Unfortunately, they should have did a normal MOBA build where you build in the game, because you have this problem, or just take it out completely.
Just take it out completely.
Yeah.
Take it out completely so you don't have to have.
I see.
That's what people don't like.
I see what they were trying to do though, because they was trying to keep. First of all, they was trying to put their own spin on it. They was trying to keep it Pokemon, and in Pokemon, you literally give your Pokemon items to hold during the battle, and then like and this is in comp play, like as you're fighting, like if I have, let's say, I think it's like an apple or something like that. If you get me down to a certain amount of HP, my HP goes back up because I had that Pokemon was holding that item. So I mean, I see what they were trying to do. I just don't think it didn't translate well in the MOBA sense of things.
Well, yeah, like you could have, like, when you were called to base, you have to start with half-eaten apple. As you level up, that apple levels up as you play.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That would have been the perfect way to do that. But they decided to do some pay-to-win crap, and I can't back it. Like almost every MOBA, you start off, you go buy sword, and then as it levels up, it becomes the executioner. You get 3,000, whatever. You could have did that same concept.
Yeah,
or take it out.
See, I don't know why they put in a thing where you can level up the items themselves. They have no excuse for that.
Bro.
Like, I don't know why they put that in there.
That should be done on the battlefield.
That's purposeful.
Yeah,
that was. I don't know.
I don't know. Man, and of course they haven't addressed it at all, right? They haven't said anything.
Not necessarily.
Kind of.
They kind of have. Yep.
They released a survey, which I've been in the middle of doing a survey for like the past 2 hours.
You know what? I was gonna say it, and I'm like,
long.
I have the survey up right now.
It asks a lot of questions.
Wait, you said 2 hours?
Yeah.
Below is an optional survey, and in parentheses, 5 to 10 minutes long.
Yeah, but you gotta read it, and then you gotta choose which ones you want, and
what is your age?
I gotta think.
31. Moving on. I said 31. Wow. 32. Moving on. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions on that thing.
It was my intent, because if we had enough time, I was just gonna do it and be like, I was just gonna point out the interesting questions.
Well, that's the thing. Like we're here doing the show, so I was like picking away at it here and there. Like I'm sure if you focused on it, you can probably do it in like 10 minutes. But it's got at minimum, I think I'm on like a page with like there's 30 questions at minimum, 32.
Don't say it.
I'm 73% done with it. But anyways, I brought that up because one of the questions were, what is some of your problems with the game itself? And I'm paraphrasing, but one of the options was it costs too much money to win or something along those lines. Like you have to like something like that. Like that's an actual option that you can choose in the survey. Like is that it costs money to be good at the game or something along those lines. So that was their way of like kind of addressing it to see how many people are going to choose that option. So hopefully that will lead to some kind of patch to get rid of it, fix it, or something like that. But honestly, I don't know. It's Nintendo. I don't know what their processes are, how they go about doing things.
Here it is. I found it. It's question 14. When playing Pokemon Unite, what frustrated you the most? Please select all that apply. So I'm looking
Just
through
read the important one.
Yeah, let me see. So, the game overemphasizes spending money to be successful. That
There
is
it
the
goes.
fifth option.
There it goes. The game overemphasizes spending money to be successful. So that's the option
Yeah. Because
that you would choose.
I was
Oh.
reading an article from someone who tested it, who were like, all right, I'm gonna go spend the money and see what happens. And he was like, in like team battles, like, you know, it's a team battle. He's like, it's not as aggressive, it's not as noticeable. He's like, but at one-on-ones, he was like, I'm destroying everybody. He's like, if I run, he was like, in one-on-ones, he's like, until like almost end game, he's just better for almost the whole match. I'm like,
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
Let's see some of the other options. The controls are unintuitive. The game overemphasizes grinding and playing heavily. It's too difficult to make a comeback after falling behind.
That's stuff I don't care about.
Yeah, I'm just listing some of the winning. Wow, winning requires cooperating with teammates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
some of these options are kind of wild.
It's just stupid. Like, oh, we have to cooperate to win. Like, that's just
there are too many things to think about at once,
bruh. It's stupid.
That's a mobile.
All right, they're not stupid. That's
yeah,
not,
it's
stupid. Not
stupid.
stupid. It's not stupid. They're like it can be overwhelming. Believe it or not.
It's an accessibility question. I see
some of the they're accessibility questions, but some of them are kind of silly. At higher ranks, match become too intense. That one is stupid because you're going up in rank. That is what you should be expecting. That should be an expectation. That one should.
They're trying to see how much handholding they should do and how they should go about their handholding.
One of them is there. Like we say this all the time. It can be too difficult to make a comeback after falling behind. We've said that. So I think that's an option I would select because they need to make a new Zapdos.
But that's only because the time though. Like it's not telling you. They're not giving you a reason why. Is the time is too short. Like there's a reason behind that. Like if the time was longer, maybe you could make a comeback. But if you just say it's too difficult to make the comeback, maybe they'll throw in some items or something like that. Or maybe that is a good fix to keep the time. I don't know.
Well, yeah, the second option is the duration of the the duration of the Pokemon selection screen is too short. That's a lie. There's way more than enough time. There interestingly isn't an option to say that the match is too short.
Whoa, hold on. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but Tyrain04 just said the N64 is possibly the best console.
I wanted to leave that for last. I saw that.
The best console.
Key, you didn't. No, you didn't. Y'all didn't take a look at the title card, did y'all?
The best, huh?
Y'all didn't take a look at the title card on the stream, did y'all?
No, but
either way, it'll tell you why Tyrain said that. But yeah, Pokemon Unite,
no. I'm sorry, Tyrain.
No,
the N64 was an amazing console, but not the best.
I love the 64, but oddly enough, I'm going to agree with Key. It wasn't the best. That was to be the SNES.
Yo, the N64.
No, we're not going down this controller path right now. You need to stop.
Name a worse controller than the N64 controller. Just give it to me.
We're not doing this right now.
Give me how do you hold the N64 controller?
Bro, I went to war in KJ.
Let me see your hand, Reese. Let me see
people about that controller.
I know you did.
I was like, bro, I was like, yo, I got points for days against that.
I was upstairs trying to make breakfast, and I just hear what KJ saying, what B's saying in the chat, and I had to come downstairs and be like, yo, I'm not having this right now. I went and dug up my N64 controller.
I'm just saying, like, you can't complain to me about the DS4 controller and then champion the N64 controller. I'm not hearing it. Not hearing it.
Wait,
who's not championing the DS4? The DS4 is one of the best
controllers
amazing. All
right, I'm sorry. The DS4 too, but also I meant the PS3 controller, but also the DS4 too.
The PS3 controller hurt.
It hurt, but it was better than that.
But look at how close your hands are together. Are you trying to use that controller?
What's wrong with that?
Wait a second. Are you
no,
saying
no. So no, it hurt, and like how you grab, you're like, it wasn't the closeness. It was how clenched
How
my
your
hand
hands.
was
So the
on
back
holding
of the
it.
PS3 controller, the DS3, there's no cover over the back.
Yeah.
So it's just this pointy
It's this
thing that
pointy
digs
thing that just
into
digs
your
into your,
hand.
yeah.
See, here it's rounded on the DS4 because they fixed it. On the DS3, it's pointy.
It's
and it
all
digs
up in
into
your
hand.
joint, fam.
Okay, I thought you said you guys would say you have big hands. So I'm thinking because you got like massive grip over the controller,
No.
it's not working right. And so
Mm-mm.
that's why I'm like,
No.
how your hands are like you're literally playing knuckles together with the
Like, no, like,
N64
look, I have,
controller.
they're not
Like, look
together.
at your
First of all,
yo,
they're not,
that looked like it.
it's
sucks.
fine. I have space. Like, it's,
Okay.
the controller is large. It's filling my grip, so I don't feel that same like pinching that I did with the DS3.
Got you.
I mean, my hands are close. Yeah, look at them. They're nigh on
that
touching.
But that controller is garbage.
No, it's trash. It's absolute trash.
Bro, right now, how would you press L?
Huh?
Right now, how would you press L?
I can't recall a game where I pressed L. I'm not even gonna cap
That's
you.
not my
Doesn't matter.
question.
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
not the question.
If I haven't owned a game that doesn't require that button, what need do I have of it?
Because developers have to work around it. They can't. They won't make that button a viable button in an action sense.
I'm almost positive you need
You
the
can't
L
press it.
button. And
Okay, so you
and
hold it like a
Jet Force
regular
Gemini.
controller. Now this is a PS3 controller essentially. It's on
Now,
this
how do
D-pad.
you move?
Huh? With the D-pad.
Now, how would you move?
No, you move with the
Some
analog.
games you can't move with the D-pad. You have to move with the analog.
In Jet Force Gemini, I'm almost positive in Jet Force Gemini you need the L. I'm almost
L?
positive.
All right, I'm gonna confirm that with you. When we're gonna park this conversation.
But
I'm gonna get
either
my
way,
cart
bro,
and I'm gonna confirm that.
You don't even have to get your cart. You can just Google Jet Force Gemini.
No,
control
I
scheme.
want to do it myself.
You don't even have to. You don't even have to park the conversation. Like someone,
Nah,
like
I'm parking it.
Another one was like, oh, it's because the controller is ambidextrous. Like it's can be used for southpaws. And I'm like, sick. A and B and the C buttons are on the right. So if my right hand is in the middle and I'm using my left hand on the left side, how do I press A, B, and C up? How? How do you use those buttons?
Controller like that.
That's what I'm saying. But that was another argument. I'm like, bro, these arguments are just,
Listen, if there weren't games for it, then there is no argument.
Poor design.
You know how I use that controller? I stretched my Johns one side on one side. I use it like a regular controller.
Yeah.
Just
my man said, hold on.
Like,
wait. So when I wanted to use analog, I was just like,
That's kind of silly, actually.
That's how.
That's kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
wow.
That's how I play my games. Like
that's the only way to get all the buttons. It's the only way. Is the way Key's holding it. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I
like,
stretched my Johns.
My left hand is on the analog and the trigger, and my right hand is on the A, B, and
listen,
anything on the left side is forfeit.
Listen,
terrible.
We weren't having these when we was playing these 64 games, now were we?
Wait, what's up?
I said, we weren't having these conversations. We was playing the game. We were just getting along just fine now, weren't we?
I'm not saying that the games weren't good. I never said that. That.
I didn't say anything about the game. I said about us playing the games.
Yeah, we were enjoying the games on a trash controller.
No,
yes.
He's saying we wasn't complaining about the controller when we were playing the games.
All that.
Yes.
Have that same energy.
But bro, it's the same concept like that Key always brings up. You didn't know you were in a bad relationship until you got the GameCube controller. And you're like, what is this trash?
Yeah, what is this GameCube controller trash? I didn't like the GameCube controller. Don't remember
controller is
How
horrible.
Do you like the
horrible
64 controller
I
over
hated
the
that
GameCube
controller when it came out.
which literally took the
hated that
N64 controller and put it on a regular controller as the N64 controller should have been in the first place.
And it had the rumble built in, so you have to need a pack. Like it took the couple of things that controller did dope, the rumble and the analog, and made it good.
It's literally the N64 controller, but as it should have been in the first place, as a regular controller.
And listen,
the 64 controller is from descendants of Goro and Machamp. That's it.
I will shut this whole thing down right now. You are not about to be going out.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What is your beef with the N64? I'm sorry, with the GameCube controller. That's all I want to know. And don't tell me I just don't like it.
I didn't like it. I didn't like
it. Okay, that doesn't answer my question.
But do you mind it now?
No, not. I bought 2 of them for the GameCube controller.
Okay, I just want to know why. I just want to know why.
I'm not about to play Smash on Joy-Cons. That's not happening. That was the reason why I got it, not because the GameCube controller is a good controller.
But now, would you go back and play Smash with a 64 controller?
You damn on the 64, yeah.
I just want to know. All I want to know.
Yes.
I have one.
Go ahead, Key. Go ahead.
I just have one simple, easy question, and I will leave you alone.
I don't like your
Why don't you like the GameCube controller?
Nobody said I don't like it. I already answered that question.
Why didn't you like it when it came out?
No, I was freaking 12 at the time. I was still on my 64 binge. I was like, yo, what the hell is it? Like, I'm still in my 64 fix. I like how I liked it.
It was different. Got you.
Is that good enough for you, Key?
Yep.
I'm done. That's your questions over here.
I just had a question. All I wanted was my question answered. That's it.
No, you just want to hear what you want to hear. That's what it is with you.
No, I wanted to hear an answer from you. That's it. That's it.
It's on you. I can hear Jay's voice through the chat because Jay, Jay Negative Gaming, you are wrong. Wrong.
Man just said mad wrong.
But I just peeped what time it is, and I have a question for you, B.
2 hands. Yeah, I'm ready.
Is your throwback of the week N64 related?
It is not.
God damn it. All right, Keep. Do you want to bring us in? Because I just got disappointed. I didn't want to do anything.
Well, I would like to be able. I want to jiggy. I want to shimmy to the break of dawn. Yeah.
Oh wow. I guess
I would like to be able to shimmy to the break of dawn.
Oh,
yeah.
You're real cute. I see what you're doing. Leave me alone, Key. You know what?
Man,
I'm
throwing you bones right now. I'm trying to throw you a bone.
You gotta throw the whole chicken. But yo,
I said I would like to hear it, and man, still didn't get it.
I'm like, what are you talking about? You want to hear? And if y'all are wondering what he's trying to hear,
Clueless at the helm, man.
He wants to hear this.
Okay.
Oh, it's not playing because it's broken.
It is most definitely playing. You just played it.
I did. I don't think it played on. I don't think it played over there. So. We're here.
We're here now.
Man, we're here.
Cool.
Whatever.
Yeah. You didn't hear it? I heard it.
No. As long as somebody heard it, we're here.
Heard it. I don't know.
Somebody heard it.
That's at the hell, man.
Yo, no, DJ on robbery.
Hold on.
Wait. We can't call him armed robbery because he obviously had 3 arms. He likes the N64 controller.
This is true.
Yeah, we good over here.
We coming in. This is gonna be lit because I think he's about to turn up.
Here we go.
Oh, it's Conker's back birthday.
No, it's not.
We're not turning up that high.
We're not turning up that much. Be cool.
So this game was developed by Koei and published by Electronic Arts. It was released in 2000, March 4th, 2000. It was released North America, October 26th,
PlayStation or
2000.
Probably PlayStation.
This game.
Sound like Dead or Alive.
Yeah, this game is lit, yo. This game is fire. We were talking about it this morning. This game is Kessen.
Oh, it was Kessen.
He's too excited.
Yeah.
He's too excited.
Literally just talking about it
this
talking about it this morning. Kessen is fire, bruh. That's about to be. So before I used to ask people, yo, you heard of Kudelka? Yo, you heard, you know Kudelka?
But now it's friggin' Kessen. Now every time.
Kessen.
Real-time war game. I got this game. So I got my PS2 for, I don't know, Christmas or something like that. And it was like, yo, take this game. And I was like, what is this? Turned it on. I was like, I don't know what this. I don't know. And then I beat it.
When I turned the game on, I was like, yeah, trash. And then like I watched B play a little bit. I'm like, oh, he's actually doing work or whatever.
Yeah, right.
So
he's actually figuring
it out. Doing something. Let me just try this stupid game again. Because when you turn it on, bruh, like we was watching videos of it earlier. It's like it's a strategy game. And it's like you send your army at their army, and you gotta like you can like have like gunners, like so you can like shoot at their army in advance and then send your like land troops. Like it's strategic.
It's real-time war.
Yeah, it's strategy. A war strategic game. Like it
And
takes brain juice.
I
And
loved the
Right?
AoE. The AoE stuff was dope. So like the type of move that you would command your team to do, like a volley of arrows, it
yeah,
would have a certain
a
AoE. So let's
circle,
say
and you
like
can
like the volley of arrows could be a circle, or like the barrage from the ballista could be like
a straight line.
a rectangle or a straight
Yeah.
line. Like it would all depend. And it was dope. The game was
Yes.
dope.
It
Dope, dope,
was
dope.
so good. Like once you actually like get like because it for me at least, for me,
Mhm.
I like I said, I turned it on, trash, turned it off. Like,
Yeah.
all right, hold on, let me just actually sit down and try, turned it on again, and I like sat down and like I said this before, but like when you're trying to like really working at something and then it finally just like
Click.
snaps, you get that
Clicks.
eureka and it clicks and you understand how to play it. Like once you and I beat it. Well, you got to beat it twice technically. You
Right.
have to beat the blue
Mhm.
side and the red side. I
Yeah.
beat one of the sides, but it's the story of the three kingdoms, I think it is, or something like that. You know, it's got
Yeah.
Nobunaga, Lubu, and
Yep.
all of
Lubu, yep,
those
all of
guys in
them.
it.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
Mhm.
it's
all
got all
up in
those
there.
guys in it. But once you sit down and actually play the game, it is so good. It's so fun, and it takes massive brain juice. Well, it did for me back then.
Yep.
And it's just a strategy game, and it's just
Yeah.
so it's I had so much fun with it.
It's crazy. Like so, like you can use like a morale boost. So let's say your team's getting smacked up, like that group losing, like they're losing numbers, and you can cast morale, and the
Mhm.
commander will come out, boost
Yeah,
them, and
and
send the
it
numbers.
come
The
out.
troops go back up. Yo, the game
Yeah.
was sick.
Yes. The game
Sick.
was good. The
Yeah.
game was
It was
good.
cute.
Apparently there's 3 out, and, I did not well, I just
Uh,
recently found out there was 2. There's a Kessin 2, and then I was today years old when I found out there's a Kessin 3, and we
yeah.
looked at it, and
Three look whack.
I think it was a situation of where they saw the success of like Dynasty Warriors or more so Samurai Warriors
They
and was
wanted to
like,
go over
let's make
there.
our version of that.
Mhm.
Because in Kessen 3, you actually like before you would like send your troops or whatever, like you send it's
Yeah.
a strategy game. So send your troops
There's an
out there, send your
overview,
troops out there. It's an overview, right? And
and
now
then there's the
and
cinematics were cool in
yeah,
Castle
oh
One because
yeah,
it would play out the stuff you
right.
activated.
and
And
and then and
three,
and three you control the group. Like it's weird because you're the captain and
Mhm.
like all your troops are around you, so when you take a right, like all your troops take a
like
like you
this,
actually control the captain, and
it's
it's just like
weird.
you're manually controlling the troops, and it was like
Yeah,
a weird
Weird.
version of Samurai Warrior or Dynasty Warrior or
yeah,
whatever. I don't know what they
Yeah,
did.
in the
They just
chat, KJ2294, it's super great value Dynasty Warriors.
yeah,
yeah.
it's
That's
like
what it
they
looked
saw
like
what
to me.
Dynasty Warriors was doing and was like, okay, this is how we make more money. We make our own Dynasty Warriors, and they should have
That
stayed
ain't
in
they
their
should have
in
stayed in
their
their
lane,
lane.
stayed in their lane. Because I've never played Kessen 2, so I don't know what they did with Kessen 2, but
Yeah,
Kessen 1 was so fun, man.
yeah. Two has like the slightest higher ratings than one,
Oh, really?
and three has slightly lower ratings than one.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
There you go. But yeah, yo, the game fire, yo. It's a strategy game. It came out when like it was a this is like one of the early PS2 games.
Yeah.
Um, it was cited for its visuals. It was cited for its strategy. It won strategy game. Like people love this game. This game's canon, bro. This game's lore. Like
yeah, the game's
this
good.
game's
The
lit.
game is good. I
Game
feel as
is
though like
lore.
if you're the type that's into like I don't know like just those type of games. Like first of all, that era, that samurai, that Three Kingdoms era. If you're into that, if you're
Yep.
into strategy, if you're into RTS, if all of those powers combined, Kessen is for you. Like
Kessin is your Captain Planet. Facts.
Kessen is your Captain Planet. Like
I can't do this right now,
now,
man.
don't get me wrong. B said this game came out before Final Fantasy X, and Final Fantasy X came out. This is its 20th anniversary.
Right.
So
So
like
that should tell you
the
something.
game is old. It could potentially be dated. Like it could potentially, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I played this game when I was like 12, 13 or something like that. So like,
Facts.
but I remember loving it back then.
Yeah.
Such a good time. And I
All the
actually sat through me who don't beat games. I actually beat this game. So
right.
like that says something.
Me who don't beat games.
I
Like
feel like that says
the
something.
game is hot. All the
Potentially.
pre-planning, all that is dope. It was also re-released on the PSN in Japan only July
Of course.
25, 2012. But Kessin, he Well done. Well done.
Played if you haven't.
Yeah.
Now this, I wouldn't be mad at a reboot of this.
Oh, that would be so lovely.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
That
It's
would be.
over.
This is a forgotten about game too.
Right,
Oh,
and it's over
man.
20 years old, and it was pretty much a launch title. Like this game got some reasons to, you know what I mean?
Remember when consoles had launch titles, and they actually launched in their launch windows?
Oh
Whoa. We're still getting some games in the launch window. We're still
Yeah,
getting
miss
games in
me
the launch
with
window.
that.
King.
Miss me with
It
that.
is August. We have September, October, November, and that has been a year. It's been almost a year. We're in the third quarter of the PS5's release, and there's still some games we ain't got yet.
Of both
Whoa.
consoles released.
Of both
And there's
consoles.
some games we ain't got yet.
I do know that there are moles. So, as KJ2294 says, potentially watch 2 years and it'll get announced,
They
which
always
would be
go.
super crazy. You know what else would be crazy? Dreamcast 2. Like it'd be crazy.
Yeah. You know what else would
if
be
they did
crazy?
that as well.
Armored Core 6. That would be wild if
Yep.
they came out with that.
Dreamcast
Yeah.
2, Armored Core 6, and a remake
Ooh,
of
that would
Cassin
be amazing.
would be crazy.
Wait a minute. Dreamcast 2 launch
Whatever.
titles?
Whatever Kojima decides to do at Microsoft would probably be crazy.
That
He'll
Kojima
give
needs
us
to buy.
Armored Core 6 and Cassin remake on the Dreamcast 2. Let's
Ooh.
go.
Yo. We need to kickstart the Dreamcast 2. Let's make it happen.
Oh man.
Let's get Sega's attention.
On you.
It's on you.
Why
What?
do you have to rope me in with the Armored Core talk? Let me sleep.
Because
Armored
Armored
Core
Core
is
is
litty.
the best mecha series out there. I know
It's
there's
litty.
some Gundam fans out there. There's some Zoid fans out there that's gonna refute with me, but stop.
But stop.
But
Armored Core 4
stop.
answer
See, Lil,
was no way.
all right, enough of the hot takes because there was a number of hot takes earlier. We had this one just now, the whole 64 thing earlier where he was getting bug
I'm here
wild.
for the hot takes.
Who's
We
getting
are
bug
here
wild?
for the hot takes. So
You
Every
gotta be a
day.
you gotta be a Machamp to fully utilize the 64
I'm
controller,
not
bro.
doing
Straight
this
up
right
Goro.
now. Oh, wait.
GameCube controller is the better N64 controller. Changed my mind.
I don't even want to do the I don't even want to do the recap anymore. I don't have the energy.
Changed
for
my
it.
mind.
I don't
We
have
don't
the
need a
recap. for it.
recap.
We
We
don't
just
need a
told you what the
recap.
Yo,
recap
peep
was.
game.
GameCube controller is the better N64 controller. That's the recap right there.
Game devs unionized. Boom.
Order a Playdate when you can, if you want to,
Boom.
and stop paying to win on Pokemon Unite and just grind it out like the rest of us are.
Boom.
And with that being said, this has been another episode of Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.